Yo, what's up, Isma? Waiting for this man Dripnos to join. Waiting for this man Dripnos to join. Let me go get. There's Dripnos. Invite. There we go. Yo.
Yo.
What up? Oh shit, hold up. Let me change the format again. There we go. That's better.
All right.
Yo, what's up, guys? I gotta stay muted
Yo, what's
for being
good?
here.
Okay.
Yo, I won't be able to stay for long. I gotta go to my kickboxing class, but I'll be on later tonight if you're alright.
We'll probably be in on live for like 3 or 4 hours. Not gonna lie. Base
I could be
Thanos.
on tomorrow in the
Yeah,
day.
Noel's not winning. I can't do any days that aren't my day off unless I'm off work.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Whoever thinks, get the person who thinks Null beats Thanos up here. We can talk about that.
Yeah, request Castle, and we'll
thought-
talk about it.
I thought Darkseid would win.
Nah,
So
no feats.
I just
I'm
know
gonna-
Darkseid kind of gets
so I'm
bitched
gonna
by
for
Superman,
like 2
so I just
seconds.
wanted to-
I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna give my honest opinion about it because the live's like just starting. So people who like stick around are probably not gonna. I think it depends on like where you scale Marvel and DC,
Gotcha.
right? I don't think anyone who is going to come up on the live is going to be able to like scale DC to a high level. I don't think most of them are like competent enough to do that. So I just have Thanos over Darkseid just to like piss people off.
Yo, isn't current Thanos like? Doesn't he like basically have control over?
What do you think that new Darkseid I know doesn't have feats like with the Spectre, but if you could like confer, because he's already closed off the multiverse from each other, so that's a pretty big deal. And him like existing is like crumbles reality or whatever, yeah.
Everything Darkseid has. Wait, what are you saying? Like everything existing is what?
Oh, I was just saying, like, you know that new Darkseid, like from the All In thing, with the
Yeah.
when he's merged with
I
the
know,
Spectre?
yeah,
He
we got,
basically
like,
merged with
Spectre,
Spectre. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, I'm not saying he's gonna beat Thanos because I don't think we've seen enough feats of it. I'm just saying, like, he's already like, I think he's closed off the multiverse from each other, like the DC multiverse. Like, you can't travel on another universe. I think his mere existence was like gonna destroy reality or some shit. I don't know.
Sure. I just
I'd have to look back
don't
at
think
it.
that's like scaling that gets him to like Thanos level. Can you invite the Elsa Melon
I-
person?
I did. They're not gonna
Yeah, I was
join.
just
They're probably
curious
not gonna join.
Yeah, probably not, right?
Yeah.
Is he with Gala or is it just base?
It's just base.
Just base.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna get more people up here if it's just base.
Yeah. You're trying to join? Okay.
So he probably has like crazy abilities then, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he does.
What's up, Jack?
I.
So we just using base forms of these characters.
Yep.
Yep. You could even use ant versions of the people Thanos is fighting, and I still think face Thanos would beat them.
Maybe. I would say like Astro Regulator Thanos clears the entire list.
I think Astro Regulator is below Infinity Hammer.
I mean, he was able to take on the power of Mistress Death.
The problem is Astral Regulator Thanos isn't canon, right? Or if he is, it's just like retcons and it ruins like everything in like main canon. So it's just he's so weird to scale because he's just like alt universe, right? So all of his feats are just to characters who aren't 616. So it's like whatever. Why even give a fuck?
I do remember in the 616 he stalemated against Galactus.
No, he's never stalemated Galactus. He's either lost or he's beaten Galactus. There's no in between.
Galactus, you sure?
Yep, pretty positive.
I feel like Galactus is like overrated as shit.
Yo, what's going on in Thor comics? Why is he losing to people like Radiation Man or something? I don't know.
Thor. So
Wait, what?
Thor holds back like all the time, like every single fight he's in. Also, he's like sort of weakened right now because Enchantress has this like thing that she casted on Earth to where it basically just turns him into a moron whenever he's not around like other Avengers. So
Yeah, I know, I heard, but like, cause I read it, but I was like, yo,
Man, she can't.
what are
That
you
girl
doing
can't
right
take
now? Like,
rejection.
it's still like, I don't know, it's still confusing. Like,
do you
the
think
way-
Thanos beats Null? Because Thanos.
Honestly,
Yeah, you already said that. Sorry. What about like Darkseid or Mobius or Galactus?
wait.
That's
Hold on,
anti-monitor.
hold on.
That's anti-monitor Hypnos. He just looks really weird.
Or isn't Mobius Anti-Monitor?
I don't think they're the same person now. Mobius is
Yeah,
the dude that created the chair.
wait. Yes, actually, Mobius is in fact the anti-monitor.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You sure about that, Wukong?
Yes, if you remember right, and I believe in New 52, Metron called anti-monitor Mobius.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mobius, I'm like pretty sure. Yeah, they're just like the same
And there's
person.
the whole thing of his chair that the Metron sits in.
Gotcha.
Anyways,
Thanos killed
yeah.
both of them.
Because I don't. Usually, when I'm like talking about like Marvel versus DC, especially like cosmology related stuff, I'll generally just have them equalized. I just don't think many people actually like know the arguments that get DC high. I don't think people know the arguments that get Marvel high. So I am just going to take like random Marvel characters against like random DC characters and argue it on like TikTok lives. I do think Thanos beats up Galactus. I do think he destroys Null badly. The scaling
No
Thanos has
can't
over
really be destroyed.
what?
No can't really be destroyed. I mean, he's still pretty
When I
much
say he destroys Null, I just mean he like no diffs him, right?
like fumbles him.
Yeah, he beats the fuck out of him.
So
You
which
have
dark
Thanos
side
with
are we
the
using here?
Superman?
Are we using just like base dark side?
Oh, we're using like current.
You can use current.
Dark side.
You can use current. They'll call them merge versions.
Yeah, you can use the one after.
Current version where
he,
he
like, merged all
basically
his
takes the power of the
versions.
Spectre.
Yeah, you can use that. I think Spectre is like worse than like 90% of abstracts in Marvel.
Boo.
I think Thanos would literally have to be amped in order to deal with that.
Why? How strong do you think Spectre is?
Why?
Well, Spectre's essentially like Ghost Rider of DC.
Thanos
Okay,
beats the
Ghost
fuck
Rider
out of
loses
Ghost
a
Rider.
lot.
Thanos would like shit on Ghost Rider.
The Spectre and Phantom Stranger and like Quintessence members on their own have lose to Justice League members on the regular.
If you
On
want
the
to compare, right? If you want to compare like cosmology scaling, I don't know if you're going to be able to like argue. I don't know if you know the nuanced arguments getting DC as high as Marvel. I think they exist. I just don't think many people are familiar with them. If you want to argue like narratively, I think narratively it's hard to argue that like Spectre beats like current Thanos. I think that's like really weird. I don't think you'd be able to do that. Yeah, like
Isn't Spectre like a divine being?
sure,
What does that have to do with anything?
yeah.
I mean, if you are on the level of divinity, you're pretty fucking broken.
I mean, Thor's also like a divine being, right? And Thanos
Well,
just like a month ago
he-
shit on him.
He's part divinity due to his mother's Gaia and the Phoenix. Force.
He's half elder god, yeah. he was born of an elder god, so that's even like extra divinity. And then like the Phoenix is beyond even that. The Phoenix is like a super elder god, pretty much. You know,
That's a primordial force.
right?
Bro,
So like
Wukong,
Thor's.
do you think Spectre would beat Lady Death at Blue Marvel and Hulk at the same time?
At the
Oh.
same time,
Yeah, at the same time.
are we talking about Host Spectre or Unbound?
I don't think it mattes. Doctor is below Unbound Spectre anyway, so I don't see why that matters.
Honestly, I can't answer that, man.
Okay, Thanos is beating up those three plus more at the same time in Thanos number 4.
I'll admit, Thanos, he got hands. He got some serious hands.
Yeah, Thanos would sign the quintessence.
Current
We also
Thanos
have to
should be above
remember.
Hulk, by the way.
We also have to remember that
Yeah, he
Thanos
decently
loses
comfortably too.
Yeah. Anyways, continue. Sorry, I was talking to someone in chat.
Yeah, like who is like freaking who's repping like these characters, bro? Because I might have to put up the Justice League one. Not gonna lie. They're relative. Yo, do you want to discuss the crux of that fight? Because Thanos did not take him serious, like out of his own mouth.
Well, to be fair, I do think that physically they're relative. I just think Thanos is like above, right? They're, like Hulk's like only relative to him after like Thanos is like egging him on the whole fight. Yeah.
And Thanos literally.
Well, the Hulk, he is a problem for Thanos. Thanos has stated himself that he tries to avoid conflict with him.
Thanos said that in the same fight where he was fighting a dude who he was comparing to the Hulk. He said, "Oh yeah, I'm fighting this dude, and the fight's going about as well as I think a fight with the Hulk would go." And the dude he was fighting, he was just shitting all over.
Are you talking about the Champion?
Yeah.
Oh, Champion's the GOAT, bro. Champion stated to be stronger than Hulk. That's some bullshit statement.
I would love to see that fight though. I would like to see the Champion fight the Hulk.
They have fought.
They have fought.
Hulk beat him.
Yeah.
But
Oh damn.
yeah.
Champion is the go. He just be beating on.
It kind of reminds me of Lobo.
My bad.
Yeah, Thanos
It kind of
is the
reminds me of Lobo.
What kind
Thanos
of
is the
abilities
fuck
does
around and
Thanos
find
got?
out villain of Marvel. He has telepathy. He has Thor and Thing level eye beams. He like one shot the fuck out of both of them. Anything else come to mind? Matter manipulation, Drip Nuts. Do you have anything that comes to mind?
For who?
Just hacks wise. Just hacks wise for Thanos.
Yeah, he has a bunch of stuff. He has like you already mentioned immortality, but he has like a bunch of different types of immortality, right? Like pretty
Soul
much.
manipulation,
Yeah,
energy
pretty much as long as death
manipulation.
is
He also
around.
has a
he's not
healing
able to
factor.
die. He also
has a crazy healing factor.
Yeah, he has this weird like subjective reality mind hacks manipulation that he used like once ever. He has like possession that he's able to use. He debatably has like some sort of conceptual interaction. He's able to like deliver death to beings that have no like concept of death. He's also just able to like ignore like laws of physics, you know, when he feels like it. So yeah, there's a bunch of
Hey, Jack,
Okay,
What?
that's pretty dope.
I hate to say this, man. But then again, I don't hate to say this.
What?
How would Thanos, face Thanos, fare up against current Superman?
I think Thanos wins.
yeah, I don't think Superman has
As like a
drastically different
Superman
scaling than
goon.
Darkseid.
As like an avid Superman goon, like I think Thanos wins. I'm not gonna lie.
You think it's a close fight though, yeah, or like relatively close?
It would be about as close as Thanos versus Thor or Hulk was.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
Superman versus Thor and Superman versus Hulk is a pretty close fight.
The whole
like-
debate between Superman and Thor, it's becoming quite, yeah.
What do you mean?
You're saying it's getting
like-
closer.
Honestly, people have been talking about it for decades. Like, I mean, decades.
And the thing
Yeah.
is,
I mean, wait, to be clear, in like the early 2000s, they were relative, right? Obviously, that scaling has evolved since then. But we know that in like 2030, Doomsday is going to be sub Hulk, right? We know narratively they've both gotten like a pretty similar amount of
Oh
amps.
God,
pretty
I'm
varying
digging the
degrees.
new Doomsday, man.
Yeah, they have just like similar like narrative scaling in general. They're
Mofo
both
looks
scaling.
like a damn monk.
Okay. Yeah, they're both just on these like very top echelons of power in their universe. They both have like similar cosmological scaling that you could argue. Yeah, I think Superman versus Thor is a pretty close fight, and Thanos just shits on Thor, so I feel like he'd shit on Superman.
Yeah.
Well, back in the day, he would. Thor now, he's like an extreme powerhouse.
Yeah, and Thanos
Yeah, I think
destroyed that dude.
Thanos
Like
shits on
ragdolled him.
Thanos literally shit on Thor like a month ago.
A month. Oh,
Yeah.
God.
It was
Yeah.
bad.
He just like ragdolled him.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
Jack.
pretty bad.
Jack,
What?
I read that
What?
comic where with Spider-Man and shit.
Zarathos?
Who?
Zarathos, right? Where he punched his head off?
Yeah, I read that comic. The Beyonder was in that one, right?
Yeah. What about it?
Yeah, I read that whole book. I believe the Beyonder actually amped him in that.
He stopped amping him right before he punched Zarathos.
Rano,
read,
if you
like,
think
the
Oh, so at that
Darkseid
point,
is
he
way
was
below
still
Superman,
amped
Rano, wait,
before.
shut up, Rano. If you think Darkseid is like way below Superman, that's fine. I feel like that would probably just like reaffirm that Thanos probably just beats the dog shit out of Darkseid even more. At least if you're like willing to like accept that the cosmologies are relative, which they just.
Here's the thing. I love both Thanos and Darkseid equally. I just got one question: how is he going to survive those Omega beams?
Thanos has survived.
He literally just beat conceptual death.
To be clear, his soul has survived in like the outside before, which does like basically anything the Omega beams could do and like more. Yeah, like as long as death is around, she's just going to be able to like bring him back over and over and over and over again. I don't think there's any like level of erasure Darkseid could like inflict that's just going to be able to like override Thanos' just like reliant immortality. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
I
will
think
of
Thor would
Thanos.
survive Omega beams anyway. So like, I don't really think Omega beams are that
Thanos
powerful.
beating Darkseid, even if you want to say that. Thanos beating Zeus.
No, I think Thanos does beat Superman because I think Thor versus Superman in like a narrative battle or any sort of like fight, I think it's always going to be a pretty close battle. And Thanos just like shits on Thor.
I don't think Thanos can defeat Darkseid.
I invited him.
Yeah, get him up here.
I invited him. We'll see if he
Oh,
joins.
good news. I got some news.
Okay. Oh, there he is. All right. Hold on,
Your
Wukong.
boy just became 40.
Nice.
Why do I think it's a close battle? I think it's a close battle because the narrative of these two characters, it's always been a close battle. We know that it always will be a close battle, at least until 2030. They should have similar scaling. They scale above basically like every similar hero in their verse to like a massive degree, and they're both scaling to like abstract level characters pretty casually. So yeah, in like almost any metric that you compare Superman and Thor, they're roughly on the same level.
Y'all talking about current Darkseid and Thanos, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, if it's current, then yeah. I thought y'all were just talking about in general.
I mean, in general,
are we going off of the current
there was a
Darkseid?
crossover. There was a crossover in the '90s that happened.
I gotta go.
All right, peace, mid.
Yeah, Superman. You can say
crossover
Superman
wasn't
badly
canon,
out-axes.
but
I
even
don't
if
think
it wasn't
Thor or
not canon, the
Superman, like,
crossover
regularly use. Yeah, I don't think Thor or Superman regularly use like the same hacks every single fight. I think generally Superman brawls, and I think generally Thor brawls. And I think if they were to fight, because we've seen this before, it would end up being a brawl. We have seen them fight before. It was a brawl. That just sort of like reinforces my idea of it. I think they're similar with like a good deal of evidence. I think the cosmologies seem to be similar. I think their narratives are similar. I think almost like any metric that you use to compare them, they'd end up being similar.
Are you guys using current Darkseid for
Yeah, current
Yeah.
Darkseid, current Thanos.
Wait, current canon?
Yep, current
Yeah.
canon.
like absolute?
Yep.
Thor has passive hacks too. He also has like resistance to like narrative hacks. Doesn't matter if they brawl or whether ever they fought. No, that story is not non-canon. There's plenty of evidence to suggest that JLA Avengers is canon, actually. There's stories afterwards that like reference it numerous different times. Both companies have come out and said, yes, this is a canon story that we're publishing. There's also evidence that Marvel versus DC is canon too.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys do know that current Darkseid destroyed heaven and hell.
Okay.
Thanos
Why is
fought
that significant?
death. Thanos has fought like abstracts. Why does that matter?
But the whole abstract, realm, Darkseid did that.
Wait, you said you know what? Say that again.
But
Absolute Darkseid infused with the Spectre has he fought and
We're
defeated
not talking
hell
about.
and
We're just talking
heaven.
about base dark side.
Oh,
That is current
you
dark
guys
side.
said
That is
current
current dark
though.
side driftness. That is current dark side driftness. You can
Didn't he
use it
just
though.
lose the
It
Spectre
doesn't.
amp?
He didn't do
Whatever.
anything. He didn't do anything with it. That's the problem.
I thought. Wait, yeah, no, I thought you just lost the Spectre amp at the end of the book.
So he's not infused with the Spectre no more.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm not Rano. I'm not talking about writers. I'm talking about like the companies themselves actually like producing material that acknowledges that the two stories are canon.
I don't see why Ronald just doesn't come up here, bro. He's kind of been commenting for the past 3 lives.
You don't have to think that the verses are connected, but they do just have a connected canon story that exists, right? The company is producing the material still involves the writers and editors, Dripnos? Yes, but the difference is a whole process that involves them. And it's not just one writer going on Twitter and saying this is canon, right? I don't care if one writer says Raven is presence level, right? The difference, it would be different if the DC like official media of some kind released like a guidebook or a comic or something to that effect saying, yes, this is true that Raven's above the presence, right? These are two different things. There's two different types of
Here we
evidence.
go. This is gonna be fun.
Cause that is true. Because there's multiple writers. There's not just one
let me
writer.
tell
So
you
you
why
can't
you're
just
wrong. Let me
say
tell you why you're wrong.
he's right.
Let me tell you why you're wrong. Two verses which are completely different in cosmologies, right? And the way that they say things in the verse. If a writer comes out and says that, oh, these events are canon, that doesn't mean it's overarching canon. It can just be canon to a specific story. That doesn't mean it applies to the cosmology, dude.
Yeah, I don't care. I mean, the problem is it's not one writer coming out and saying it, right? It's the entire company saying somehow these verses have connected in some way. You can say, oh, well, the cosmologies don't match up. The cosmologies can be separate. They don't have to share cosmologies. They don't have to share cosmologies. They can just cross from different universes, right? Or different multiverses or different whatever you want.
Do you know the difference between overarching canon and just canon within one event? No, you don't. Because it doesn't matter how many writers come and say, oh, this event is canon.
It's
Once
not.
again,
I'm not. Wait. You have this misconception. You have a misconception. I'm not using this preponderance of different writers. Okay. I'm using the entire publication process, the thing that we use to determine whether or not stories are canon. I don't use a writer's opinion to determine if a story's canon. I don't use multiple writers' opinion to determine if a story's canon. I use what has been produced and published by the official media. Right.
Do you agree that these are different franchises? Yes or no?
You have to say that again. I didn't hear you. You sound like
Do
you're
you agree
underwater.
that Marvel and DC are different franchises that came out at different years during the time period they were written?
Yeah, they are
You
different
agree that
franchises.
DC came out 5 years before Marvel, right? Like everything regarding DC, the first ever DC comic came out 5 years before Marvel, correct?
Sure.
Okay, so if DC came out 5 years before Marvel, then that means every story that would have appeared in Marvel would have not existed in DC. So the canon that you're referring to
How
is just
would it
canon
mean that? Wait, can you please tell me how would it mean that? How would it mean that later on? Wait. Later on in the 90s or in the 2000s, if they want to retroactively connect these verses in some sort of vague sense, that they wouldn't be able to do that, even though both companies say yes, this is canon. I'm not talking about both writers or both whatever. Both companies, as a broad movement, acknowledge that the story is canon.
You don't understand. Companies, right? These companies, when they make something, it doesn't just come. Okay, it can come to like the opinion of the companies, but these companies involve the writers. So it's
Wait, no. The opinion of the companies is all that matters. Okay, I don't care about the opinion of specific writers.
According to who?
Because it's what makes something canon. Wait. If I wrote a fan fiction about specific characters, why would you not accept that?
That doesn't mean it's canon. Okay, because it's produced by you and it's not something that occurs by the writer.
Okay, so if a writer left Marvel and made a whole story, can you answer this question? Can you answer this question?
If I write a fan fiction, let me speak at it. If I write a fan fiction,
I'm going to ask you a question. Can I ask you a question?
Again,
so if Al Ewing left Marvel and wrote a Hulk comic, would that be canon? Can you answer that? If Al Ewing left Marvel and wrote a Hulk comic, do you think that'd be canon?
Stop spurging. If I write a comic of Superman
I'm asking you a question
on Darkseid's head, that doesn't mean it's canon to the verse. Do you understand?
Wait, can you please just answer my question? Jack, did you hear my question? Am I cutting out? Are you able to hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you okay.
Okay. Could you ask him my question? Because I don't know if he heard me say it.
What did you ask? My bad. I low-key forgot.
So if Al Ewing left Marvel and wrote a Hulk comic, would that Hulk comic be canon even after he left Marvel?
If Al Ewing wrote like a Marvel comic and it applies for the Marvel, then yeah, sure,
No,
it
no,
would
no.
be
That's
canon.
not the question I asked.
What was the question?
If Al Ewing left Marvel and wrote a Hulk comic outside of Marvel, would that Hulk
Yeah.
comic be canon to Marvel
No,
canon?
no, it
It
wouldn't because
wouldn't
he's
be.
not part of Marvel
Okay,
anymore.
that's what I thought. So it wouldn't be. So
Okay,
what makes
so
something
that's not my
canon? It's
argument
not the
then.
writer that makes a thing canon.
That's not my argument because once again, when
Okay,
the
wait, do you
where
agree
we
then,
determine a
before we
canon,
continue with your
will
argument, do
we
you, wait, before we continue with your argument, do you or do you not agree it is the producer or the publisher that makes a thing canon?
No, I don't agree to it.
Okay, why not? What else would it be?
No, I think what is canon is what applies to the verse under this
Wait,
franchise of the verse.
that's just circular, okay?
It's
You
been
can say
stated
it's
Not
though
canon because it
that
circular.
applies to a
No,
verse.
no,
That's
no,
Marvel.
no,
what
no, no,
canon
no.
is.
It's not
That's a
circular. No, no,
tautology.
it's not circular. It's not a tautology at all
Wait,
because
no,
for
obviously, it's
something
like
to be
saying the
canon, it
sky
has
is
to
the
apply
thing
to a
that's in the
specific
air,
universe.
right? It's not, or the grass is the thing that I'm touching right now. It's not a definition. What do you think makes something canon?
Something that applies to the verse.
That's just what
In a
canon
sense,
means. What do you think makes something canon? You're just redefining
something that
canon. I'm not
applies to the
asking you
verse
to
that
define
okay,
canon.
no, you're speaking over me again.
Okay.
Something that applies to the verse that is produced by the writer, editor, or whoever the hell works for the verse and has
Wait.
like
No,
authority
that's
to do
not
this.
true. Wait, so if it works for the
Then define
verse,
canon.
if it works
Define
for the verse,
yes, it has to be someone who writes the comics or is involved in the process of
why
writing
is
these
it
comics.
important? Why is it important that they work for a company?
Why would they not? What? So you're saying someone outside of the company can just write
No,
a
I'm
fan
not. I'm
fiction and
asking you
determine
this
that
question
company?
so you
So
can
then why is
understand what
canon?
makes something canon, what makes something not canon. Why is it
Okay,
important? Right. Why is it important that they work
because
for the
it
company?
has to be verified, it has to be licensed, it has to go through a
It
specific
has to be
process for it to be determined
published.
as
It
canon.
has to be
Yes,
published.
and for it to be published, it has to be verified before it's published. Retard.
Okay, thank
So
you.
if it's
So
not
you agree to
verified,
be canon, you need to be published.
again, something can be published and it can still have a different level of verification, right? So, for
Wait, we're
example,
not
if I
talking about.
publish a
So
DC,
wait, to be canon, you need to be verified. Verified by whom?
yeah, something has to be verified to be canon,
So
correct?
wait. If something was verified, but it wasn't published, you'd say, "Oh, this is canon." So say like there's a
No,
scrapped
that's not
Marvel
what I'm
story.
saying. That's not what I'm
Real
saying.
quick.
That's not what I'm
Just answer
saying.
this.
That's not what I'm
Say there's a
saying. So,
scrapped Marvel story that Marvel editorial verified that everyone said, "Yeah, this is good to go," and then before issue 1 comes out, they just are like, "You know what? We're not going to release it because we're in the middle of a pandemic, right?" Say it's like a comic that came out in like 2020 or something, right? Or any number
correct.
of
There's
reasons.
multiple.
That would
Okay,
be
yeah, that
enough.
wouldn't be
That would be
canon.
enough for you to say,
No,
"Oh,
that
this
wouldn't be
comic is
canon.
canon."
That wouldn't be canon because there's actually multiple instances of this. For example, the before Avengers: No Way Home was written, there was actually written for Wanda
Right,
to like leave her
I know
legacy.
that. That's why I'm asking.
Exactly.
That's
So it
why I'm
wouldn't be
pointing it out
canon.
to you.
So an
So if
idea
it's
can
not
be written and
verification,
not
right?
verified and not published, and it's already canon.
That's right. You're right. So if it's not
Okay.
verification, wait, hold on. If it's not verification, what is it that makes a
Mhm.
story canon? Because you said it's not publishing, but you just said, well, it's not publishing, it's
Okay.
verification. So if it's not
Do you
verification,
agree?
then what would
Okay.
it
Do
be?
you agree that something can be published and not verified properly? Yes or no?
No, usually I think to be published,
Okay.
especially under Marvel and DC,
Okay.
you need
So
to be
why is it that
verified.
the Marvel guidebooks have contradicting information to what the comics publish? From?
Comics have contradicting information to what comics
No,
publish.
no,
Yes,
no,
they
no.
do. Yes, they do.
Just no.
Comics
Don't
retcon each
rat.
other all
Just
the
no.
time. Yes,
Don't
they
rat.
do.
Just
Comics
no.
retcon each
Just
other
no.
all the time.
Don't rat. Don't rat.
I'm
Because I'm
not
gonna shit
ratting.
on
Can
you
you
on this.
explain where I'm
I'm
wrong?
gonna I'm,
Can
I'm
you
gonna give
explain
you an
where I'm wrong?
example.
Can
I'm
you
gonna give
explain
you
where
an
I'm
example
wrong?
that I'm gonna absolutely shit on you on this. So
hmm
first of all, we have, for example, Oblivion will be an example. Oblivion in the guidebooks is stated to
I don't
come
wait.
to
I don't care
listen.
about you bringing up guidebook
I'm
contradictions.
bringing an
Am I
example
right
to
or am I
again reinforce
wrong?
my
Wait,
point.
real
Don't
quick.
rat.
You're not going to
I'm
answer
listening.
because I know you're scared of it. Am I right or am I
I'm not
wrong?
scared of
Do
anything
comics
because you'll
contradict
never
each
be
other?
able
Do
to see.
comics contradict each other? Can you answer that?
It
Yes or
depends
no?
on in what sense. Depends on what sense. In relation to the character scaling or what?
Just in general, do they retcon other stories?
They could. Okay, that doesn't
They
mean
can.
that
They do all the
guidebooks have.
time. They do all the
Okay,
time.
that doesn't mean that guidebooks have more validity because guidebooks are published
Wait.
like once
I'm
in
not saying
every.
that means guidebooks have more validity. You're saying
No,
guidebooks have less validity because they contradict each other. But I just said comics contradict each other
no, I
too.
said that's not what I said. That you just formatted what I said. I said guidebooks have less validity because they contradict comics, and what comics
Okay,
shows
that's
is
which
more
is what I
consistent.
said. So wait, I'm going to
That's
ask you again. How does that make
you're so
guidebooks
good.
less canon if comics do that to each other all the time?
Okay, once again, the reason for that is because drawing books are published like what once every 20 years, once every 10 years, whereas comics are published more consistently, right? And what is
Guidebooks are
represented in the
published all
comics?
the time. Wait, a guidebook came out like yesterday.
Do you think guidebooks are published as often as comics? If so,
No,
please
I don't
prove
think
it.
they're
Because
published
you
as
can.
often as
Okay,
comics. You're retarded to
what
say
is
they
the
come out
point?
every 10
Then
years.
what
What are
is
you
the point?
talking about?
Because they could be okay. So if guidebooks were published as often as comics, of course they would have contradictory information. There's the example of this in DC guidebooks.
Wait, they're
Literally,
published. They're
the
not published
guidebooks.
as often as comics. Wait, to be clear, they're not
Okay,
published as often as comics. They're published all the time, though. You get a guidebook like
they're
every month or
published all
two.
the time, but all the time can have a specific time frame, right? So what does all the time mean? It could be like once every 10 years, once every 20 years. It doesn't matter, dude.
Guidebooks
Comics are
also have
published
more
more often. That's
information
the
than
point.
specific comic books too. They're going over more content, so there's
Regarding
more
a
room to fuck
character,
up.
sure, because it's an overall view. However, that information could be wrong to what a comic represents.
They
So what
could
is
be
your point?
wrong, but that doesn't make them non-canon. You're getting nowhere.
No,
You're just going in
that's
circles about
exactly.
this. You're just going in circles about this. You
I'm
haven't
not
given me, to be
okay.
clear,
Just
you haven't
not,
given
just
me a
not, wait,
solid
wait, wait.
definition of what canon means. You
When
disagree somehow
what,
that
okay,
if
wait,
things
let me
being
see.
published are
Let me
things that are
see. Let me see.
canon,
Let me see.
you're
Let me
not
see.
able to explain
Show
why,
me.
and you're
Show
not
me.
able to
No,
explain
no, no,
why
no, no. Okay, you
guidebooks
just
aren't to
don't
be
know what I
used.
said. Show me. Show me. Where in this discussion I once said that guidebooks are not canon. That was not my argument. I said guidebooks are less valid than comics. They can both be canon, but something
Okay,
can be
wait,
canon
then
and
why
have a
are
lesser level
guidebooks
of
canon?
validity.
Okay, if you think guidebooks are canon, why are they canon? What makes them canon?
If I think guidebooks are canon, I think guidebooks are canon only when they like reflect what the comics are saying. If information in the guidebook
No, no,
is
no,
like
no. See,
contradictory
now
to what the
you're
comic is saying,
hedging some more. You're hedging some more,
I'm not
dude.
hedging. I'm
You
not
keep
hedging.
hedging. Stop hedging.
No, because I can
Because
say
you just
something is
said, "Oh, I
canon, but
do
then I
think
can
guidebooks
say
are canon." When did
no,
I
no,
say
no, no, no.
guidebooks were canon? And now you're saying, "Oh, well, I think
No,
they're
okay,
only
but then let me
canon if they
expand
reaffirm
upon
what
that
comics
because
are
I'm not
saying."
done. Let
Do
me
you think
expand upon
comics
that.
are
Let me
only
expand
canon if they
upon that. I'm
reaffirm what
not
other
done,
comics
Dripnose.
are
Dripnose,
saying?
I'm not done. Dripnose, I said I'm not done. Let me expand
Okay.
upon that. You start listen and stop fucking like overreacting because this is a discussion. I don't want to spurg. I don't want to be a spurg. Do you understand? You can have a guidebook publishing information, however, that doesn't equate to all the information in the guidebook being canon, right? An author can write something so stupid like Oblivion coming into the multiverse during the seventh iteration, doesn't mean it's fucking canon to Marvel, as it's not represented in Marvel comics. Do you understand?
So the problem
Yes
is
or no?
comics do this all the time too. I have a question for you. If a
Okay.
comic, wait.
Comics
If a
do that?
comic publishes a piece of information and that piece of information contradicts another comic or it doesn't align with another comic, would you say
Uh-huh.
that comic isn't canon?
No, I'll just when I was okay. So
So
okay,
why
let
the
me give you
double
the case of
standard? Wait,
Oblivion.
why
Wait,
the
wait,
double
wait.
standard?
There's no double
When we're
standard. There's no
debating
double standard
Marvel,
because
when
once
we're
again,
debating Marvel, I have a question. When we're debating Marvel, what do you think that means? Do you think it means anything that's verified by Marvel or anything that's published by Marvel?
what you mean, like from an inverse setting or from a like crossbar setting?
When we're talking about Marvel, right? When we're talking about who beats who, if I say
I
I
think
think Thanos
Marvel.
beats
Okay,
Null, right? Wait, real
so
quick. If
for
I say I
example,
think Thanos beats Null, would you
uh-huh.
say anything that's verified by Marvel or anything that's published by Marvel?
So for example, if it comes to like a discussion between Thanos and No, right? I wouldn't use like the Marvel the Marvel website, right, which has like both information to the comics for my character scaling. That would just be an example. I'll just use the
Maybe you
information in
didn't
the
hear my
comics.
question. Maybe you didn't hear my question the first time I asked it,
Just
so I'll
repeat
ask it
yourself
again.
again.
When we're talking about Marvel, do you think that we're talking about things that Marvel has published, or do you think we're talking about
Okay.
things that Marvel has just vaguely verified with no
No, I
definition of
think
what
okay.
verification means?
So okay, basically verified in relation to what? In relation to like the websites, in relation to the comics, or in what sense?
In relation
Because
to
some people
anything,
use
you
daily
said anything that's canon is something that's verified to a certain degree.
anything. Okay, so anything that applies to the overall story within the comics. Yeah, I don't think like information that's posted on the guidebook or like handbook or like the website is like as verifiable as information posted in the comics. I think comics take priority when it comes to like scaling and like
Wait, so
reading
if you
about it.
think comics have this high level of verification, how do you explain art errors?
Art errors? In
Yeah,
what
art
sense?
errors. If you think if you think comics go through this like rigorous verification process
Okay.
that makes sure everything within them
Wait,
match
art
up,
errors in
how
what
do you
case? Like the
explain
super.
Thor
Okay,
holding a
so
hammer in the story where he's looking for his lost hammer?
okay, wait. So an example of this would be like what the super flow being stated to be like separate from each other, even though universe is
No, no,
normally
no, no.
based on top of each other.
An example of this would be Sentry being yellow and King in Black. Another example would be Thor in the God of Hammer story
Okay,
holding
how does
Mjolnir when he's looking for Mjolnir, right? Like there's so many.
how does the artwork of a how
Because
does
your
the artwork
entire
of a
wait,
specific
I know
comic? No, no,
exactly
no,
what
no,
you're
no,
going
no,
to
no.
ask. I know
How
exactly
does
what you're
the
going to ask.
artwork
The
of
answer
okay?
is really
Okay,
simple.
so if you're gonna
The
pre
answer's
okay, so
really
if you're gonna
simple. The answer's really simple,
pre-cover
Rano.
me, tell me what I'm gonna ask. If you're gonna pre-cover me,
Okay,
tell
so
me
what
what
you're
I'm
going
gonna
to
ask. Go
ask is
ahead.
how is the artwork being inconsistent or not
Hmm?
editorially thought through? How does that prove that comics don't go through this rigorous verification process?
That was not that.
Okay, because your
That's not my
entire
question.
point relies on
That's not my
comics going through
question.
a deeper
No, because my
verification
entire
process than
point is
guidebooks
not
do.
in
That's what your
relation to
entire
artwork.
point hinges
No,
upon.
because because when I'm talking about comic going through a verifying process, I'm relating to the information in relation to the scaling and the story itself, not
You
to do
don't
with the
think art
artwork.
helps to
You have
give
multiple
information? You don't think the
instances
art
in
of a comic
DC
helps to paint
where
the comic's
Spectre has a
picture?
freaking blue cape because of like some artwork issue.
You're
That
not
doesn't
going to
mean
answer
the
that
art is
question. You're not
scaling.
going to answer that question.
I'm answering your question. So a
What's your
character
answer?
can be
What's your
designed.
answer?
I literally told you. So editorial pro, like what's it called, the verification process. I think it's in relation to like the information about the character, not the fucking
So you
artwork
didn't
of the
answer my
character.
question. You didn't answer my
I
question.
answered your question, dude.
Do you think art is part of the information of a comic?
Information of the comic. No,
Yes.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Okay, you're
No,
retarded.
I think. Okay, why am I
Get him out of
retarded?
here.
What does information mean, Dripnose?
What do you think information means? Stuff that you learn from a comic,
Stuff
things
that
that you
you
pick
learn.
up from a
Okay,
comic.
so
You
so
can
I'm gonna
learn
learn
what
in
a
one
character
comic.
looks like
Okay,
from a comic. You can learn what a
so
character has in their
okay, so
arsenal. You're
wait. So
such a
if
rat. Hold on.
wait. No, I'm not right. Okay, so if it's consistent that in DC Spectre's cape is green, and if there's one comic just because of some artwork, I don't know, maybe them not having the machine or they're not the right color, Spectre's cape is blue. Am I gonna assume it's not the same character even though it's to be Spectre?
That would be a assumption you would make if you saw Spectre's hood was blue in
Okay,
every comic he showed
but
up.
wait,
That's your information. The
but
information
wait,
you have. Wait, Rano.
but
That's my point.
I
The
just crucified
information you have
Really?
is determined by the visual input of the character.
Hang on. If you
So
want
you
to
can
keep
say the
saying I'm
Spectre's
getting
hood
close,
is
come up
green
and get slammed as
because
well.
every comic he's shown up in, his hood has been green. Okay?
Okay,
If there's
so
an
his
art
hood has been
error,
green.
if there's an
Okay,
art
Hypno.
error, that means the comic didn't go through the rigorous verification process that you
No,
says it needs to in order to be
not
canon.
necessarily. Not necessarily because there could be other factors. For example, them not having the available color of green at the same time to do the artwork, or maybe the writer was colorblind. That doesn't mean the scaling is
The
contradicted. That
writer,
doesn't mean
you
it's
mean
not
the
a
artist
spectrum.
was colorblind?
The
If that's
artist,
the
whatever you
case,
want to
then
say.
it would be an editor error because the editor still didn't catch that.
Okay, but then again, if it doesn't contradict the information about the specter and
It
what's
does
related to his
contradict the
scaling,
information. If Spectre shows up
how?
with a blue cape, that contradicts the information that we have that his cape is green.
Oh my! I'm talking about what the character represents. Is
We're
okay.
not talking
Once
about
again,
anything. We're talking about information, dude.
yes, and information can come in different senses, right? So the character's artwork is
Right, but
irrelevant
you were
to the
saying, wait,
or the
you were saying,
scaling,
because now
correct?
you're moving the goalpost again. You're moving the goalpost again. Do you know what you're moving the goalpost to and
I'm
from?
not moving the goal. Zizu, if you, anyways, I'm not moving the goalpost. What I'm saying is,
Yes,
if
you
a
are.
comic displays the character, no, I'm not. If a comic displays the character in a certain way, so for example, I don't know, Thanos is fucking green, that doesn't contradict any information we have about the Thanos in relation to
Yes,
his
it, yes,
scaling.
it
We're talking
does. It
about
contradicts all the
specifically about
information.
scaling. If Superman
Yes, it
has
does.
passive
It
narrative,
contradicts
like
our
listen,
visual
Luthor,
information.
listen,
That's
no,
what editors are
visual
there for.
information.
That's what
Okay,
editors are there
okay. How
for.
does visual information relate to scaling? How does
Do you
visual
think
information relate to
comics have
scaling? It
different
doesn't.
sex? Wait, do you think comics have different like sections of like editors? So like this editor is in charge of like art errors, and this editor is in charge of like consistency errors. Like, what are you
That I don't know
talking
about.
about? You don't
I
even
don't
know
have
what
any
you're
information
saying.
on that, and it's not relevant to the discussion. That's a like
Hold on,
that's
wait,
not relevant to the
Jack.
discussion.
Have you been listening to
That's
this?
not relevant to the discussion
Yeah,
at
I'm
all.
listening.
Okay, can you
Just
just judge?
before,
Because I'm tired of
okay,
talking to this
That's not
hold
moron.
relevant to
on,
the
just so
Can
I
you
discussion.
judge?
have
Can
the
you just
oneness.
can you judge?
Hold on, just so I get a decent understanding. I'm high as
That's not
fuck.
relevant to the
What is
discussion.
the topic that you like? Because I've came in and it's went to about
This
five
guy is trying to
different
argue that
arguments.
Marvel and DC are canon to each other, and I
I'm not
disagree.
trying to argue that. I'm trying to argue that Marvel and
That's what he
DC have
said.
a canon crossover.
No, that's false. I disagree.
Okay, so and the entire argument we've just had has been
Then
whether
you
or
have to
not
argue
Marvel and DC have a canon.
licensing. All you need to do there is argue.
Right. Yeah. No, that's what I've been
this,
doing, but he just doesn't think he thinks it's a contradiction. So.
Okay, Rano. So, do you agree
Because
with if both? Hold on. Right. So, for example, if let's use Marvel and Marvel versus Capcom, right? Do you believe like it doesn't have to be canon to each other?
Wait.
Right?
Actually, I'm sorry, Misfit. You can continue this after I get Jack's opinion. Jack, have you been listening?
Yeah, I think you're
Okay.
winning.
Can you just give a judgment so I can like stop
Yeah,
arguing about this?
I think you won. I think like
why did he
it
win?
doesn't make sense.
You did win.
Okay, it doesn't make sense for fucking like them not to be canon if they're mentioned in other like sources of media afterwards.
So
Like, why would they make
Jack,
mention
let
of
me ask
something
you a
that
question.
doesn't exist?
Let me ask you a question. When Death appeared, so the Endless appeared in the Marvel comic, right? Do you think that the Endless are canon to Marvel just because they appeared in a Marvel comic?
I
they
think you could
mentioned
argue it.
again?
Yeah, same way you could argue the Black Winter
Okay,
thing with the Justice League. Like, it's
that's
arguable,
but,
but it's not
but that's
concrete.
just that has nothing to do with what that scan is completely rad and it's just based on the colors. It has nothing, no mention of the Justice League name even once. Anyways, that's not my point.
Okay, bro.
When the
I guess we
Endless
don't know what the
appeared in
Justice League looks
Marvel,
like.
when the Endless appeared in Marvel, right? Do you think that event was canon? Like, does it mean that both cosmic? So does it mean that like any event that happens in that comic, like let's say the Endless were to get beaten by Thanos, that would be canon to like the overall cosmologies of both verses?
What? Wait, what did you ask?
Unless you
I
can
can
find
I can barely hear you, bro.
you'd
So
have to
there is a
argue an
difference between
inconsistency.
a reference in a comic and like uh, combining two verses, I guess you can say. So the example of this would be the Endless appearing in the Marvel comic, because Marvel and DC are separate franchises with
Was that
different
wait? Hold
authors
on. That
and different
was that
processes.
confirmed to be the Endless though?
I mean, the design is
Just
of the
because
Endless,
hold on,
right?
cause
And anyone who reads
their
DC,
name was never mentioned. Just because it's a very strong lookalike does not suddenly mean it's Death of the Endless.
what? Are you trolling? Like, dude, like the design is literally that of the Endless.
Was her
The
name
name,
mentioned?
it doesn't have to be
Syllable for
mentioned. The design is
syllable.
the same.
Was it
No?
just because I can literally say because you are aware just
Okay, so
how
can you?
just
Okay, 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 okay. Wait.
hold on. Do
So
you
by
know just
deduction,
how
can you
much
find me
Black
any other
Alice?
character in
Hold
fiction
on a
that
minute,
looks
Jesus
okay?
Christ.
Can you find me any other character in fiction that looks like Death of the Endless? That's
Black
not Death of the Endless.
Alice. Black Alice is
Hmm?
a big example.
Black Alice does not look anything like Death of the
Yes,
Endless.
she
Can you show me
does.
the? Okay, can you show me the Black
Have
Alice
you
having the
ever read
attitude that
Birds
Death
of
of the Endless
Prey?
has? Can you show me that Black Alice has the attitude that Death of the Endless has?
You need
No,
to
you
speak
can't.
up because you're incredibly
Exactly.
muffled.
You can't. You cannot. Exactly.
I
So
can't hear what
we
you're
can only
saying.
logically
Are you
I
deduce
can't
speaking
do
that
English?
it's
something
the
if I
same
can't hear what
character.
you're saying.
But it's just a reference within a verse. It doesn't mean that the verses are connected, dude.
Again, I couldn't hear what you were saying. Can you
Okay.
please remove your phone from your fucking
Okay.
esophagus?
Wait. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Better?
No one can hear you,
It's,
Rano. I just
it
wait,
sounds
Rano,
like it's
Rano,
in a
Rano, Rano,
Pringle
Rano,
can,
Rano,
bud.
Rano,
Can you hear me
Rano,
now?
Rano. I don't want to argue anymore about the canon shit. I feel like I've gotten like everything productive I can out of that conversation. I'm gonna point
I
out real
don't think
quick.
you have, because for you to switch the pose, no, no.
Wait. I'm just going to point out, if you don't think that Marvel, JLA Ventures is canon, if you don't think the Marvel versus DC crossover is canon, you don't have to participate in the discussion about it, right? Because that's one of the big pieces that everyone would use to compare the two verses. Without it, there's not really much comparison. You can't say DC or Marvel is above the other.
Wait.
The problem
No,
is,
no, no, no.
everyone
Let
else
him
on
finish.
call.
Jesus.
Because
The problem
no,
is, wait, can I finish? Can I finish my thought, please? The problem is,
Okay, go ahead.
everyone else in call is under a completely different axiom of what canon means. You don't have to share that axiom. That's fine. But when we're talking about the scaling and we're talking about the narrative, we're going to include that axiom in a lot of our discussion. If you don't share it, that's
Not
okay.
necessarily. Because even if we go by like how debates were made between verses between Marvel and DC, we use the scaling system as a metric, and we don't assume that the verses are canon. Nobody's going to argue that because
Except the
Superman,
problem is, we all
because
assume that the
Superman
verses are
4.
canon. That's part of
Wait,
the axiom of the conversation that we're in right now.
because Superman and 4 fought in this comic, which apparently the writer stated is canon, even though DC
Not
and
the
Marvel are
writer.
completely
Wait,
separate
again, the writer didn't
franchises.
say it was canon.
Doesn't matter if it's the writer or the companies, dude. Like, once again,
Okay, because
because they're
both
two separate
companies
franchises,
verified
DC
this
and
book.
Marvel,
Both companies
they can be
verified this
linked
comic book,
in
to
the
be
sense of
clear.
there being
It
an
does
existing
meet your
comic
definition of
between
canon
them
all
two,
the same.
but that doesn't mean
That's
it's canon.
fine. Yeah,
There's
you
different
just
types of
said that
canon. There's
verification
overarching
makes a
canon.
story
There's
canon, dude.
canon subject to okay, so a story being canon doesn't mean it's part of the overarching canon. You don't understand it.
Wait, it's
No,
part
I
of
don't know the
both
different types
stories'
of canon that you
overarching
have.
canon, and it's included and referenced in their overarching canon.
Okay, but the reference doesn't mean
So
it's
to be
canon.
clear, wait, so you
Like I said,
agree that that
the
story
Endless is
has been
referenced in Marvel.
verified?
That doesn't mean they're
We're
canon to
making it
Marvel.
canon by both comic producers.
Both comic producers agreeing that it's canon. You think that would like make the overall story canon? Is that what you're saying? Okay,
Obviously,
can you show
yes,
me?
yes. No shit.
Okay, so wait. So why would that apply to the cosmologies of both verses?
It's not going to affect the cosmology in any way. What we're not what
Okay,
we're
so
doing. What
So
we're
if
not
Superman,
doing.
okay,
Wait, here's what
Can
we're not doing,
someone? Can
Rano.
we
We're
do
so
it
not
if
one minute at a
merging the
Superman,
two
time?
verses
okay,
together and saying the
so
overvoid is oblivion and the superflow is the god
that's
sphere. We're not
not
doing
it.
that. We're saying they are two different
That's
verses, but
not
they
it.
connected at one point, making a
That's not
canon
what I
story.
said. Okay, so wait, if Superman fights 4 in this comic, right, and then
Yep.
Superman beats 4, do we logically assume that Superman is above 4?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Why?
because Superman beat Thor in a comic that
Okay,
beat
but then what if Thor has demonstrated in other Marvel comic to have better scaling than Superman? Why would that specific event mean that just because
I have a
Superman beat
question
Thor
for you.
once,
If Hulk
that
blows up a
Thor wins?
universe and then a guy who just showed up last issue with no no destruction feats beats up Hulk, would you be able to
Mhm.
argue, well, Hulk just beats him because Hulk has a better destruction feat than him?
I think
What
it
about
depends on the context of the fight. I think it
no, it
depends on,
just
like,
doesn't.
for
It just
example,
doesn't depend on the
no,
context of
yes
the
it
fight. I'm
does.
sorry.
Yes it
This is
does
every
because the
Dragon Ball
character could be
villain that shows up.
weaker. They could be
Jiren never threatened to
no.
blow up a universe, but
Oh
Jiren's
my
still
God!
above a
Like, can you
Goku
let
to
me
blow up a
speak? Like,
universe.
can you let me speak? Can you let me speak?
Go ahead.
If Hulk blows up a
That's
universe and the
ironic.
character pulls up and beats Hulk with like no AP, just hacks or whatever, I think it depends on the context of the fight. For example, was Hulk weakened? Was the other character and by anything else? So on and so forth. There's other factors which you have to argue. It's not just about the character beating Hulk. Do you
Okay,
understand?
so it's the
So that's
same
what
with
I'm saying.
Superman. It's the same with Superman.
So why is it no? Because
Because with
that's why.
Superman, wait, yes, because with Superman, Superman has certain cosmology feats. Thor pulled up to Superman, beat his ass, and then we now can scale Thor to Superman's cosmology feats. In the same way, we could
No, we
scale
cannot
Superman to
because the
Thor's
cosmologies
cosmology
of
feats.
Marvel and DC are
You
they're
can
not
say
linked
they're
to each other.
separate, but Thor would just
They
scale
are
to the
separate.
AP necessary to perform them.
They scale to the AP necessary to perform them. What are you saying by that? I
Because
don't
he
understand your
fought
point.
Superman and he was relative.
Okay, but then again, the cosmology is different. So those two versions of the
The
character that fought wouldn't be
cosmologies can be
applicable to the
different. Thor would just
cosmology.
have the AP
Okay,
necessary to
wait,
affect
so that'll
things
just
on
be two
Superman's
different versions of the
cosmological
characters.
level.
So that would just be two different versions of the characters. It wouldn't contribute the overall scaling. So
How
what are
would
you
they be
saying?
two different versions of a character?
Because once again, if they fight in one comic, that would be one version of a character, and another comic could come out with like I don't know a new age or a new multiverse, and then Superman could get progressively stronger and
Wait, are you
demonstrate feats
saying
of
it's like a
Thor's
different
level.
version because it's post-crisis?
Nah, it could be post-crisis, New 52, pre-crisis. I don't care. There could be a comic that's written and that's saying Superman could have feats better than what's demonstrated there,
Okay, to be clear,
right?
that comic
That
is just
Superman could still
canon to
have scaling of the Thor.
post-crisis. To be clear, that comic is
What?
just canon to post-crisis.
So you're saying that comic is canon to post-crisis? So
Yes.
what you're saying happens after the events of post-crisis?
Wait, what did you say?
So are you saying that comic happens after the event of post-crisis?
No, that comic is in post-crisis. That's set in post-crisis Superman.
So the comic where Thor beats Superman is in
He
post-crisis. Is
never
that what
beats
you're saying?
Superman in that comic. He fights Superman relatively. But yeah, go on.
Okay, so he fights Superman relatively. Okay, so even though I'm not going to grant you the point that they canon, but let's assume they're canon, right?
You
Let's
just
assume the
said
two
they were
versions of the
canon, and
comics.
then you said, "Oh, well, they're not like
No,
this
I
vague, like
don't think Marvel and
overarching
DC are
canon."
canon to each other.
Okay.
No, I don't think that's what I mean by overarching canon. I don't think the two verses are overarching canon
Wait,
to each other. No, I don't
I'm
think
not
so.
saying Marvel and DC share cosmologies. I'm saying this story is canon to both verses.
The story is canon to both verses. Okay, but then that'll still be applicable to different parts of the cosmology, no? Because Superman, for example, if he's
Thor
shown
would
to
just
absorb the
scale to
totality, okay,
Superman's cosmological feats.
nah, I disagree with that. Well, because you just contradicted yourself. You said, "Oh, the verse is not linked to cosmology," but then you're saying, "Oh, Thor would scale to Superman's cosmological piece."
Yes,
That's the
because Superman has
contradiction
a
there.
certain AP that scales to his cosmology, right? And Thor matches that AP, so by extension, Thor would scale to that cosmology as well. The problem is that Thor doesn't need to share Superman's cosmology to scale to his level of AP, right?
What? So Thor doesn't need to show Superman's cosmology. So then,
Right. When
how
we're
would you
talking
determine
about
that?
AP,
Okay.
wait. When we're talking about AP of a character, right?
Mhm,
I can say
mhm,
my character would scale to your character's AP, even if they're from different
mhm.
verses.
Okay, but then for that you'd have to scale the verse, right? You have to scale the cosmologies of the verse. You can't just assume, oh,
Right.
just
And
because
wherever
they
you scale
are represented the
DC
type
or
in
wherever
one
you scale
story.
Superman in post crisis, Thor would just match that. That's my point.
No, that's just you presupposing that's the case because earlier you said the cosmologies are completely different. They have different cosmological scaling.
They can
If
have
we
different
assume the
cosmologies,
cosmologies are
but Thor would
equal,
scale to the cosmology, right? Thor would
again,
scale to another
no,
versus
you're just
cosmology. I
contradicting
could say
yourself.
Thor scales to Dragon
You're
Ball's
just contradicting
cosmology.
yourself.
Does this
Yeah,
mean
sure.
Marvel contains Dragon
So,
Ball?
That's no, but
Wait, then that's my point. It's
you
just no.
presuppose
It's
that
just no.
no, but
So thank
earlier
you.
you're saying that story is canon, and then you're going based on saying no, that because that story is canon means that Thor
Yes,
was scaled to AP,
because that
but then
story's
you
canon,
contradict
and
yourself
Thor
saying
scales
that
to
oh,
Superman,
the
and
cosmologies are
Superman
different.
scales to a level of the cosmology, then Thor would scale to a level of the cosmology, even if the two
But
verses
then that's
don't
a
share
contradiction.
cosmologies.
But okay, but then that's a contradiction. How would he? Okay, so how would you know what verse of like what level of the cosmology he scales to if you don't agree that the two verses share the cosmology? I don't
The
get it.
same way, if Goku went to Marvel and fought Thor
Okay.
and was relative to
Okay.
Thor, I could say
Okay.
Thor scales to or above the Dragon Ball cosmology, right? Even though Marvel doesn't share this like weird Dragon Ball
Not
cosmology that DB has.
So you're saying, oh, if Goku was written in a story to fight 4, and then Goku beats 4, I mean, sorry, 4 beats Goku, you say that, oh, 4 goes to the Dragon Ball cosmology
Right.
because he
Even
didn't
if
go.
Marvel doesn't share that cosmological system.
But then what if Marvel has a higher cosmology? Then
If
so
Marvel has
how
a
would that
higher
be?
cosmology, then my point would remain. I would still say, oh, if you're saying
Marvel
that
has a lot of
Goku scales to
cosmology.
Thor, wait, if you're saying that Goku scales to Thor, then I would say Goku would upscale because of that fight.
No, but I don't think that story is canon to the cosmologies. That's what I'm saying.
We just
So
know. Wait,
whatever
wait,
happens
wait,
in
wait,
that
wait, wait.
story,
That story can be canon, and these two universes can have different
but the two universes are
cosmologies.
not linked.
Wait, wait,
But
wait. To be
wait, the two
clear, wait, wait,
universes
wait,
are
wait,
separate
wait.
to each other.
Hold
So
on,
how do you
Rano. To be
determine that this
clear,
is
that
canon?
story
I don't
can
know.
be canon, and these universes can have different cosmologies, but one person can scale to the cosmology of another universe if he scales to another dude who also scales to that cosmology.
But yeah, that would be assuming that, okay, so I get that point. Yep, that's if the two cosmologies are separate. But I'm saying you can't make that deduction based of the story that happens within those two characters because you cannot prove that scaling is applicable to both cosmologies
I
in the
can
same sense.
prove that Superman scales to his cosmology, and I can prove that Thor scales to Superman.
So you're saying that, oh, wherever you scale Superman in DC, then you would, based on the fact that for Superman, you're gonna go based on like a story which you presumably think is canon, and then assume that, oh, because for Superman and Superman has a specific feat in DC, then 4 would scale to Superman, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, that's that's quite
We can ask Jack
that's
again. We can ask
outrageous.
this Misfit
That's
guy. We can ask
outrageous.
Tyler again what
You know
they
why that's
think. I
outrageous?
promise you're going to
You,
get the same response from them because I
you
am
know why
being the
that's
reasonable
outrageous?
one here. But it's
You know
fine.
why that response is outrageous?
That shit's
I'll tell
canon,
you
bro. I'm
why.
sorry.
Because once again, that story, the feats that are demonstrated within Superman's cosmology, those feats, yes, would be canon to the verse of DC. But the feats that are demonstrated within that story between Thor and Superman, they will not be
Are
canon to the
also
cosmology
canon
of
to
DC.
DC because DC acknowledged
No,
that the
they
story was canon.
no. Okay, DC can
And
acknowledge that
Marvel
something is
acknowledged that the
canon. That
story was
doesn't mean.
canon.
Yeah, but there's different levels. We just established here there's different levels of canon, right? You can have
No,
something
we
that's
didn't.
canon
I
to the
said you were
story.
waffling about that.
No, I wasn't, because it's an
I
example.
just
You
said that
can
you
have
did. You said we
something.
already established this. That's not even true.
No, because I don't agree to the verses being a canon in an overarching sense. I think they canon to the story itself.
Yeah, you
Like, for
do. You
example,
just
there
don't.
can be a
You have.
story
I
that's
have. No
canon
one
between two
knows. No one
characters.
has any
I
clue what
don't
you
think that would
mean
apply to the
by in an
cosmology of their
overarching
verses.
sense. If DC says this story is canon and Marvel says this story is canon, then the story is canon to both verses in any sense.
Wait, where are you getting that assumption from?
He's right, bro. Just drop it. Damn.
Right.
No,
You're
he's
just being.
wrong.
You're
Like
being
Jack,
like super
you
difficult.
know he's wrong. Like, you know he's wrong.
Wait.
Because, for
I'm
example,
sorry,
right?
Rano. Everyone listening in on this, everyone who's listened to the entire conversation knows
Yeah,
that you're
Rano.
the person who's wrong right now.
Rano, you're
Everyone
wrong,
No,
bro.
you're
I'm
knows.
wrong.
sorry.
And I'll tell you. Wait, I'll
You're
tell you why you're wrong. I'll explain to you
you're
why you're
wrong,
wrong
dude.
again. Because
Wait. You're just gonna
okay,
say the
so
same shit.
a
You're just gonna
company
say
can
the
say
same
this
shit
is
over and
canon.
over.
Okay, a company can say this is canon, but they have to specify in what sense do they mean is canon, right? So, okay, this story can be canon to Marvel and it can be canon to DC at the same time, but it could just be with respect to that specific story itself, not to the versus cosmology,
Wait,
right?
no,
Well, then
because
So,
why
given
do
the
they
fact that
reference
in the
it?
verses
Why
that
do they
have that
reference it then?
cosmology, they've referenced the story, Rano.
they can reference the story, that's perfectly fine.
So
That
it's
doesn't mean it's
canon
canon
to
to
the
the
rest of the
cosmologies of both
stories in
verses.
overall
We're talking about the
DC.
scaling sense here, right? Which means we have to
Hold
include the
on,
cosmologies
Jack,
of
get
both
him the fuck
verses.
out of here. Holy
Bro,
shit.
Like,
bro,
I'm
if
no,
you
done arguing
mention
no,
over
like,
Rano,
because we
Rano,
keep getting
no,
over
no,
the
you
same
don't
shit.
understand
Get
my
him the
point.
fuck
Rano,
out.
I don't
You're
I'm
just
done
understand
a
arguing
rat.
with you, dude.
You're
how.
just a
Like,
rat.
if you
Just get him the
mention
You're
the
fuck
just
out
a
of
story,
here.
rat.
then
You
Holy
don't
no.
fuck.
understand my point. You don't understand my point. You're just a rat. Like,
Dude,
I
you're a
took
rat,
notes,
It's just
right?
bro.
not ratting.
Just
So
because,
what you're doing right now is you're trying to conflate what canon means, and you don't even have like any idea of what you're
okay,
talking
wait,
about.
give
You're
me your definition.
waffling and you're waffling and
Okay.
you're
Wait.
waffling, and
Give me your
everything you're
definition of
saying is
canon.
so
And can you prove that
arbitrary. You
there's
don't even
only
know
one
what the
type
fuck
of
you're
canon?
talking
Because your
about.
whole argument is presupposing that there's only one form of canon. You cannot show me when the writer made that statement what type of
No,
canon he
to
was
be
referring to.
clear, Marvel could say the story isn't canon, and DC could say the story is canon, or vice versa. It wouldn't matter because it would be canon to overall DC, and it wouldn't be canon to Marvel. The difference is in this story, it's canon to both verses.
Okay, I get it. So, in what sense?
Because they both reference it, so it has to be true.
Right.
Because like, if it's
Wait,
not
wait,
canon,
hold on, hold
or
on.
hold on, no. If
Wait,
it's
wait, wait,
just
wait, wait,
no,
wait. So,
no, you've been talking for too much. Let me talk. If it is just canon to that respective story, then why the fuck would they mention it in a different time, like in the main timeline? That just means that it happened. There's nothing you can say that disputes that. If they reference the events of a story in a story where both companies say it's canon, then that just double confirms that it's canon.
if they mention it after the fact
Okay,
in their
but
main
then I ask you
universes.
once again to specify canon in what sense?
You sound like you're
Because
sitting
canon
on your
can have
phone. I can't even
multiple
tell what you're saying,
senses.
bro.
I literally said you have to specify canon in what sense? Like, in what
Because
sense are you
I'll tell
referring
you
to the
what sense.
story?
I'll tell you what sense. If like okay, it's canon in the sense that it's actually canon because they talk about the events happening in the main universe. So how the fuck would it
Okay,
not actually be
they
canon
can.
if
Okay,
they didn't
so
really go there and do those things?
Rano,
okay, that's fine.
everyone
They
in
can talk
chat
about
is saying that you're wrong.
what. Okay, wait. They can say that, but let me explain myself, right? So
You've
if
explained yourself so many
if the
different times.
company,
No one gives a
Bro,
fuck.
your
but you don't understand
explanation
that
is
point.
just
You don't
bad.
understand
Okay,
that
can I
point.
wait?
You don't
Hold on a
understand that
minute,
point.
right? I'll explain. I'll explain to you this way, right?
You don't
Akuma
understand
is
the point.
now a licensed Tekken character. It does not suddenly mean that
Wait,
both.
wait, where are you
Hold
getting this
on,
from?
does not suddenly mean that both cosmological standards have to instantly correlate. Does not suddenly mean that Ryu
No, I don't
is
think
now
any character,
canon to Tekken,
so
and does not
listen,
suddenly
I
mean
don't
that
think
Jin is now canon to Street Fighter. It
so.
doesn't
Just
work
because
like
Akuma,
that. But
yeah,
because he is,
exactly.
but so all the events from what Akuma did in Tekken
Okay,
7 is
okay,
canon to his character.
okay. So it's canon to his character, but it's not
But
canon
that's
to
because it
Tekken,
was
correct?
licensed. It was licensed by both companies.
That's
The
fine.
same.
Okay, so the
So
same.
hold on,
Okay,
hold on. The same thing happens with this comic. It was licensed and acknowledged by both companies, so we can use the feats within that comic.
okay, but why would the okay? You don't understand it. Why would the feats in that comic apply to the cosmology of both verses when we know that the characters have other feats that override those feats? That's
Right.
number
Okay.
one. The two
Hold on.
cosmologies are separate.
Like what?
Right.
Like
So,
what?
Wait, so listen. Did the
okay.
writer say?
Okay. Hold on.
Okay,
Hold on. Hold
did
on.
the writer say?
I'll explain it to you. Right. In
Go on.
simple terms, Akuma went relative to to Heihachi and to Kazuya. And based off his
Okay.
already current feats with Ryu, I can easily take a stance off that, saying that Ryu can do the same thing, as they're constantly being on equal terms.
I
That's what we
disagree.
mean by this.
I disagree. You want me to tell you why?
Then you're just wrong, bro. Get out of here. Like no one cares at
Because
this point.
that's you presuppose that the Akuma in that specific instance is from the same
He references Ryu. He
continuity that
references Ryu
is in the comic.
numerous times. He acknowledges
What in the
Ryu's
second story?
existence. He acknowledges Ryu's existence. That means all of their fights
So that's just a reference. Why would
in the
that
past
mean
from
that
that
Ryu
current
is
event
related?
is also canon
But that's just a
to the
reference. Why would that?
character.
But that's just a reference. That'll just be presupposing that Ryu can fight Kazuya because Akuma could fight Kazuya, even though
Oh my
Street
god.
Fighter and Tekken number one are two separate
All
verses,
right,
right?
we're
When
done.
the
We're done
cosmology is
arguing about the canon shit.
completely different.
Rano. If you want, we can talk about inverse, okay? Because I don't give a fuck to talk about any crossverse
There is
shit with you. I'm gonna get nowhere with it. Since I feel
So
like,
stupid.
yeah, I feel like at least in terms of like abstracts and cosmology, you seem to be pretty like-minded with me about how like Marvel abstracts scale to each other. You saw my tier list the other day. You seem to have liked it. You were talking in chat earlier, asking why Thanos beats Null. Do you not think Thanos
yeah.
beats Null, or are you just asking the GC dude to
No, I'm
explain
just
why?
asking why do you think he beats No?
Huh?
I'm just asking why do you think he beats No?
Okay, wait. I'm asking you. Do you think he beats him or not?
I'm not sure, so I want to just hear your
Yeah,
opinion on it.
sure.
Why do you think he beats No?
So I don't think Null has like particularly high scaling. I think he scales to people like Thor. Even when Thor's like not using lightning, he's able to like damage Null to some degree. Null's also not really able to like one-shot Thor on any like meaningful level. This is like Cosmic King Thor, who I think's gotten like cliffed over time by like more recent versions of Thor and whatnot, who Thanos just like massively scales above.
So you think Thor scales to No? Where are you getting this based off again? Because he was able to damage No?
And he was also able to tank hits from Null, yeah.
Okay, but you do realize that throughout the whole fight, No was even using his Necro Sword, which is his main source of power, correct?
So I don't think it's his main source of power, but also Null was using his Necro Sword on Thor, and it was only disconnected like after the fight with Thor.
Wait, okay, so in King in Black issue 3 or 4, I believe, can you show me when No is using his Necro Sword prior
I
to
can
having the
show you him
conversation with
using his
Thor?
Necro Sword to stab Thor in the back of the chest.
That's fine. That was towards the end of the fight because No was toying with him, and he literally
You think
does
Null
toy
was
with him throughout
toying
the
with
fight,
Thor?
and he's not even paying attention to Thor. He's mostly paying attention to that child. I'm calling the
He
child's name.
was paying attention to Thor. He jumped on Thor, and Thor kicked him off of him and made him bleed. He kicked his jaw, or he knocked his jaw off.
That's fine, but then No redirects his attention to somewhere else, and he wasn't even using his Necro
Right.
Sword.
I'm
So
saying
how
when
is
Null
he supposing?
had his attention directed to Thor, Thor was physically relative with him. I also think that the
Okay,
Necro
so
Sword. I also think, excuse me,
wait,
that the
wait, wait.
Necro Sword by itself isn't that crazy. I think it's like definitely sub Thanos. I don't think it would be a huge amp to null.
Okay, wait. So once again, so we know in Marvel consistently that Noah's best feats come from him using his Necro Sword, correct?
That's fine. It's
For
a
example,
small
back
amp.
in the
It can
Infinity War.
attribute to his
Well,
best
okay,
feats. I don't think
so
it that. Hold on. I don't
okay,
think
just
it
go ahead.
being the thing that he uses or he has on his person when he has his best feats means that it's necessarily like his best, like the best amp that he has in his arsenal.
But I don't think it's an amp because I think he created it using his own power. But okay, you can say it's an amp. I don't care. So throughout the fight where he was fighting for, you could literally see from the start to the end that only towards the end he uses Necro Sword, and that's his tap forward the back, and he one shots
He
it.
just
And I
draws
guess he was
power from the Necro Sword. So if Thor punches him in the mouth, he's amped by the Necro
that's
Sword when he's
fine.
doing
He
that.
can punch him in the mouth. His jaw regenerates after, right? Because
Yeah,
Null has
that
a
the
very
point is
good
that Thor
regen
has
ability.
AP to damage Null.
That's okay, but then that Null was holding back. So how you
How is he
presuppose that
holding back?
kill him?
Can you explain how he was
Because
holding
he's not
back?
using his Necro Sword. He's not using the full extent of his power.
Wait,
So
wait.
why would
Him
Thor
not
taking
swinging his
save
Necro
Null
Sword
at
doesn't
full
mean that he's
power?
not drawing power from his Necro Sword.
How is he drawing power from his Necro Sword when his Necro Sword
The
wasn't even
same way,
with him
because the
until
Necro
the end
Sword
of
is
the
literally
comic?
fused with him. He pulls it out of his person when he uses it on Thor.
That's fine, but where in the comic does it say he was drawing power from the Necro Sword? Because throughout
Because
the
the
fight,
Necro
we
Sword was
know no
fused
one
with him, Rano.
it's fused with him. Okay, he made the Necro Sword, sure, but okay, something can be
So
fused
the
with you.
Necro Sword
That
is
doesn't mean
inside of
wait,
him and he's drawing on the energy of it.
that's fine. You can have something inside of you. That doesn't mean you're amped by that specific thing in that instance. For
In the Necro
example,
Sword's case, it would mean that because it's a
no, why
symbiote.
would
And
it?
we've
Why would
seen
it be
that
the
with
case?
Gore.
Because
Yes,
I
it
can give you an
would.
example.
Yes,
No,
it
it wouldn't.
would.
I
It's a
can give you an example.
symbiote. It was
Marvel.
fused with
Galactus
Null.
has the wellspring of creation inside of him. That doesn't mean every time he fights, he's drawing power from the wellspring of creation.
That's
That's
because
just
he's
focus.
only the wellspring of creation when he's Lifebringer. So I'm going to explain to you again, real quick.
Okay, so when for the
Wait.
anti-war, he wasn't the wellspring of creation.
Rano. In the case of the Necro Sword is a symbiote. Symbiotes fuse with the host. They give the host power. Is this or is this not true?
No, it's not a host, though. No, it's the
Null
creator of the
is the
symbiote.
host. He
He's
was
not just a
hosting the
host.
Necro Sword and like 200 billion other
No, he's not a
symbiotes.
host in that sense. No, he's
Yes,
not a
he
host
is. The
because he's
Necro
the
Sword was
original.
literally a part of him. Yes. He was
That
drawing
doesn't mean
power
he's
from the
a
Necro Sword.
host.
We also
He's the one he
literally
created
know
it.
that Null
That
can
doesn't mean
draw
he's a
power
host.
from symbiotes.
That doesn't mean he's a host. He can draw power from the
Wait,
symbiote.
so
That's
okay, so
fine
he can
because he
draw power
created
from
them.
the Necro Sword when he doesn't have the
So he
Necro
draws
Sword
power from
manifested
something
outside of
that
him.
he created. That's perfectly
He
fine.
can
A host is something that draws
okay.
power from
So
an
you're
external
saying that
source.
Null
For
wasn't
example,
drawing
fire, the
power from the
phoenix form.
Necro Sword. You're saying that Null wasn't drawing power in the Necro Sword because he was holding back. Why was he holding back?
Yeah,
Why was he not
I
drawing
honestly think
power
he
from
was
the Necro
holding back
Sword?
throughout the fight because we see that most of the fight is just him speaking the foreign toying with him and not even pulling his
It's
like
not. Wait, no.
necklace until the
You
very
said that
end.
already. I
And
already
we
explained
know.
to you. None of the fight
Can you
is him
let me
toying
speak?
with Thor. None of the fight is
Can
him
you?
toying
Yes,
with
he is.
Thor.
Yes, he is. Can you let me
No, he's
speak?
not. He
Right.
jumps
So
on Thor. He jumps on Thor and
that's
starts ripping him
fine.
to shreds, and then he gets distracted, and Thor knocks his jaw off.
That's fine. Okay, he can get distracted and the Thor can knock his jaw. That's perfectly fine. His jaw regenerates, but we know when
So
Null pulls out his
So
necklace.
do you or do you not
Can you
agree?
let me
Do you or
speak?
do you not
No,
agree
let go.
that Thor has AP that scales to null?
No, no, not that
So
specific Thor. No, hell
So
no.
if he's knocking his jaw off, how does his AP not scale?
Wait, so because Noah's holding back, he's not
You
being
already
serious
tried
with it.
arguing that. You have no evidence for that, Rano. We're going in
I
circles
already okay.
again.
So just knows. Okay, let me repeat myself once again. So if we see throughout the fight that No isn't even using his necro sword, which apparently you stated that
We
he
don't
draws
know.
most
We
of his
don't see
power
that.
from.
Wait, we don't see that. We don't know if he's drawing power from the Necro Sword or not. You haven't proven that
Oh,
yet.
so now you're saying we don't know, but you're saying, oh, we do know that he's drawing his power from necro. So you're just contradicting yourself then,
No, I
because
said,
that's not what you stated
the
earlier.
entire argument? No, I'm not contradicting myself, you
Yes,
fuckless
you are, because you
moron.
said he draws power from the necro sword because it fuses with him.
Rano. The
Gymnos, you're getting
entire point is you saying that he wasn't drawing power from the Necro Sword. I asked you to prove that, and you were
no, no,
saying,
no, no, no,
well, he
no,
was
no,
fucking
no, no,
around, and
no,
also the
no,
Necro
no,
Sword
no.
wasn't manifested.
That's not what
The
I
Necro
said,
Sword doesn't need
Dripno.
to be manifested for him to
That's
draw
not,
power from it. The
that's
Necro
not what
Sword
I
doesn't
said.
need to be manifested for him to draw power from it.
That's not what I said. I said he created a necro soul, so him drawing power from it doesn't mean anything, right? And I said whenever
Hold
no,
on. So
can you
he
let me
had the
speak?
amp
That's
the whole
just
fight then. Is that what you're
interrupting
saying?
me. You're just interrupting me. So Null created a Necro Sword. It was done with his own power. So even if it draws power from it, it doesn't matter. It could be a type of amp for his
Okay, so him
purpose in
pulling it
time.
out as a sword,
However, can you let me speak? Can you let me speak? Can you let me speak?
you're just being retarded. Him
Guys,
pulling it
you
out as a
you just
sword
interrupted
isn't
me.
an
He knows
amp
he's about
for
to
him
get
because he's
stabbed.
already
He knows
drawing
he's
the
about to get
power
stabbed.
from
That's
it.
just interrupting me. I'm
Him
not done.
pulling it
You're
out as a sword.
comparing the Necro Sword like fucking the Helm of Fate.
I'm not
Yes.
done. Can you let me speak? I'm not done. You're
You're
just
just
interrupting me.
waffling
And you
about
know
the
you're about to
same
get cooked.
moron shit
You
over
know
and over
that
and
my next
over
argument
again.
is going to cook you completely. You know my next argument is going to
You're just going to
complete
go in
anyway.
circles. You keep going in
I'm not
circles
going to go in
again and
circles.
again
So
and
let me
again.
speak.
Hold on.
Let me
Wait, wait,
speak.
wait,
I'm not
wait.
going
If
to go
you're
in
not going
circles.
to
You're
go
going
in
to go in
circles, hold on.
You
Can we
know
make a
that.
deal? Can we make a
You know
deal?
that when you get
So if you're
when you
not
start
about to go in
raging,
circles, Jack, if you hear him make another
you
argument
know,
where he's going in circles and he's
you
covering the
know,
same points that we've already gone over,
I'm
please,
not going to
please
Taken.
kick
cover
him.
the
I'm
same
tired of
All
this
points.
right,
shit.
I'm going to
all right. I
stand up
will.
for my
I will.
All
One
point.
right, make your
second.
argument, Rano. Make your argument.
Hypnos, once again. So earlier you say that oh no, the Necro Sword is fused with no, so therefore like he was drawing power from it or something along those lines. And then you said, oh now we don't know if he's drawing power from it because it's not stated. That's why I'm telling you throughout that fine
I
throughout the point. This
said
is
that
fine.
Null was able to draw power from the Necro Sword. I
Okay, but
never made
earlier
the
you just said you don't
positive
know if he's drawing
assertion.
power. So why
Hold
are you
on.
contradicting yourself? Why are you being dishonest? Why can't
So
you
wait, to be
you're
clear,
being dishonest?
you're being dishonest. You were the one who
How am I
initially
being
made the
dishonest?
claim.
You said he's
Yes,
drawing
yes,
power from
yes,
it, and then
yes.
you said, well,
You
we
were the
know
one
he's
who
drawing power from
initially
it.
made the
How but
claim
you
that
contradictory
Null was
statements.
not drawing power from the Necro
What
Sword, and
if
now
you
you're trying
assert
to
yourself
reverse
is
your
drawing power
burden.
from
You're
it?
trying to reverse your
I'm
burden
trying to
again, and
find
you've
power
been
from the
trying to
people
do
who
this
don't
for the
know.
past 5 minutes.
Again, why are you being dishonest? Why can't you have an honest conversation? I'm
I
trying to have an
just gave you
honest
my
conversation
response. I
with you.
just gave you my honest
No,
response.
your response was that he was drawing power from it, right? And then you said, oh, we don't have to
No,
draw
that's
power
not
from it.
what I
So
just
you're
said. That's not
contradicting
what I just
yourself.
said.
Earlier, I'm not saying now, I'm saying earlier. Can you
Earlier,
do
I
you
was
have
saying the
like
exact
kids?
same thing. Earlier, you made the claim that he
You're
wasn't
contradicting
being
yourself,
amped by
dude.
the Necro Sword, and I said he doesn't need to have the Necro Sword out to be drawing
No, he
power
said
from
he
it. That was
doesn't
my point
know.
the
He
whole
said we
time.
don't
Yes.
know. No, he literally said the
Wait, but
words,
you
we
made
don't
the
know
positive
if he's drawing
claim.
power from
You
it.
made the
That I
positive
can make a
claim.
positive claim,
You
that's
said
perfectly
that he
fine.
wasn't being amped by the Necro Sword. I said he doesn't need to have it manifested to be amped by it.
I literally said it could be an amp, it doesn't matter. What we know is that no, when he finds
Wait,
seriously
but you
Marvel,
made
he
the
uses his
claim that he
Necro
was
Sword.
holding
The
back because
best
he didn't have the Necro Sword.
God, dude, can you let me speak? Like, I cannot
Is
speak
it
with you because
true?
you
Is
keep
it true that you
interrupting me.
made the
This is
claim
the
that he was
problem with
holding
you,
back
Hypnos.
because he didn't
This
have
is
the
the problem
Necro
with you.
Sword?
This is why the Canadian community hates you because you speak over people. You don't let them finish the
Okay,
point and you
you're
just
not going to
keep
answer the
opposing.
question. This is why no one respects you, Rano, because you
You
don't
literally,
answer
no, nobody
questions.
respects you because you speak
Okay,
over
that's
people. You
great.
don't let them finish the point and you don't
Again,
respond.
Rano, you're not
You
going
need
to
to
answer the
finish the point
question.
and
Is
finish
it
the
true or
comments.
is it
These
not
are not
true
true.
that you said that Null was holding back because he didn't have the Necro Sword?
Yes, that's true.
Okay, and is it true or is it not true that I said he can get the benefits from the Necro Sword without it being manifested?
Yeah, but then you said we don't know if that's the case. So which one
Okay,
is it?
we don't need to know. You made the positive
You
claim.
do need to.
You made
Okay,
the
I'll
assertion
tell you
there,
why. I'll
Rano.
tell
You
you
made
why.
the
I'll tell you why.
assertion.
Okay, so
You
let me
made the
stand up for my
We're
point.
claim
going,
that
yeah,
he
we're
needs
going
the
in.
sword
So, hold on,
manifested.
fuck, Jack.
Let me stand up for my point.
Yeah,
Let me stand up for my
I
point.
can.
So, once again, if we
Let me
see
make
throughout the
Tyler a
fight that he's
moderator.
just speaking to Venom and he's just toying
All
with
right,
him and
bet.
he's not even using his Necro Sword, which is like the main source of his power, like you know how fucking like he's just playing with him. And then towards the
I'm
end of
gonna
the
explain it
fight,
one more time because I get maybe a 3-inch skeleton as
can you
present
let
in
me
your
speak?
head.
Can you let me
That's
speak?
okay.
Can you let me speak?
To be clear,
Can you let me speak?
it's fine,
Towards the
Rana.
end of the
What you
fight,
said
towards the end of
initially,
the fight, you
was
literally
that Null was holding back because he hadn't manifested the Necro Sword. What I said in response was that
Dude,
Null
you're
doesn't need to
so bad. You
manifest the
don't.
Necro Sword to get
Dude,
the benefits
you're not
from
the
it.
honest person. You
And
don't
then
have
now
to
you're
trust
trying
me.
to shift that to me saying that he did have the Necro Sword manifested when it's your positive
That's what
claim
I
that you
said.
made.
I literally said like you don't. You literally said earlier that we don't know if you have the necros. I can grant you. I can be like, okay, he had the necros.
We
That's
don't need
perfectly
to
fine,
know.
right?
Wait, we don't need to
We do
know.
need
You
to
would
know
have no
because some.
evidence for your claim.
We,
If we don't
I do have
know,
evidence
you
for
have
my
no
claim, and I'll
evidence
tell
for
you
the
why.
claim that you
I'll
made.
tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because obviously, if he's not physically wielding that fucking sword, he could be drawing power from it. That doesn't equate that he's drawing as much power as if it's him wielding that
Wait,
sword,
but
right?
that's you saying you're the one who made the claim that he was holding back. So Yeah, you're you need saying, to prove oh, he that. was holding back because he might not have been drawing as much power as he could have been from the sword. That's your claim.
game. It's an
That's
argument
not a
from
military.
possibility,
It makes
Rano. You're
sense for
making
my
an
claim because I'm
argument
not
from
done.
possibility.
We know he's holding back because the moment he pulls out the necklace, what he wants shots for, and it's to the
Because Thor's
point
off
where
guard. Thor's off
that's
guard.
okay. Okay, why does it matter that if he's off guard? Because
Because
Thor
you just
also has
said that
no.
Null was off guard, and that's why Thor was able to damage him.
Okay, but which damage is higher? What? So Thor knocking
I'm not saying
Thor
Thor scales
knocking
above
Null?
Null. Saying Thor scales to Null.
Yeah, I disagree.
Wait. So wait, do you not think that Null scales to Thor because he off-guarded him?
No, I think. Oh my God.
What the fuck are you
Number one.
talking
So
about?
even okay. So
Jack, we're just going around in circles, bro.
Yeah, this is
even if
going in
it's a
circles. Do your
no, no, no,
fucking
no, no.
job.
Number
Holy
one.
shit.
Okay. Number one is you literally said.
We
All
weren't
right,
getting
Tyler got
anywhere,
him.
Fucking
bro.
Yeah,
hell. I mean,
We
it's
weren't
just
getting
like, it's
losing brain
insane.
cells.
We
Every
were not
time you
getting
argue,
anywhere. I had to kick him.
right, every
Why
time
was
you
he-
argue with that motherfucker, it just goes in circles, goes in circles, goes in circles. It
How
will
are you?
only stop going in circles when everyone in call, everyone in the live is like, damn, this dude's getting slammed. Holy shit.
Like, how are you actually gonna argue that there's no crossverse with Marlon DC at all?
Right.
Like,
I
come
thought
on,
it'd be
bro.
better inverse because at least he agrees with some of my like cosmology opinions. But nope, it's just more of the same shit. It's
He
Wait,
just the
immediately
claim was
Jack,
made.
maybe
requested
big
back.
screen.
I'm not adding him.
Jack, make me a big screen real quick.
Make you
Yeah,
big
to be
screen.
clear,
Okay.
wait. So I just want to, for everyone in the audience, so the claim that was made initially was him saying that Null was holding back against Thor. I asked him why. He said, well, he didn't have the Necrosword manifested. I said, okay, he doesn't need to have the Necrosword manifested to get the Necrosword's benefits. That went over into him saying, oh, well, it's fine that he didn't have the Necrosword manifested, but there's still a possibility that he wasn't using the full power of the Necrosword. So he's saying that because there was a possibility that he wasn't using the full power of the Necrosword, that Null wasn't using the full power of the Necrosword. That was his argument.
It's fine because Null is an Akuma victim.
Right. Null is not only an Akuma victim, but he's also a Thanos victim.
He's also a TDK victim.
Right.
So yeah, Rano, you said to try and get me to get you a picture where Black Alice looks like Death of the Endless. There you go.
Damn, bro.
She can easily be mistaken for the Endless. Easily.
Crazy. All right, Garvia, it's time, bro. You gotta come up. You're
Garvia,
done.
get up
You're
here.
done. You're done gooning in the comments. If you keep gooning in the
Yeah, I'm
comments,
done
I'm gonna just
arguing
mute
with
you.
Rano, so I can focus my attention onto you now.
I can't even take this one. Not gonna lie. He said fucking Martian Manhunter beats Thanos. Oh my god. The like consistent,
that
the
tattoo is
consistent
consistent.
Despero victim. Like Despero sits on that dude all the time. Oh my god.
Rano, you're aware that tattoo is inconsistent. She didn't have that for like the first 3 appearances in Vertigo. So nice try.
Damn.
You're gonna try. You really want to argue? Really want to debate Vertigo with me?
Yeah, bro.
When all I really read was Vertigo.
That's like debating Dripness on Superman, bro. You just know too much about him.
Oh my god.
I think that as well.
That's
I
like
think
debating
the only
Hypnos on Superman, or on Superman if your name's true.
Type shit.
No, I swear I'm still the only person who reps Akuma. I don't
No,
know
hey,
why.
I rep Akuma. What the hell?
No, but you got that from me.
Yeah,
You got all your feeds from me.
No. Some of them I got from Hakai, and then I got a couple from you.
Bring up the Thanos over the villains one. I think that got more attention because all the Justice League fans don't want to like hop into call and defend their.
I was
their
gonna do Iron Fist over Karate Kid because a lot of people like think Karate
Yeah,
Kid
go
is
for
really
that.
strong.
That's a good one.
I'm gonna do
Nah,
that. Here,
Ken
let me try that
Masters
one. Let me try
version.
that one. Let me try
Ken
that one. Real quick.
Masters.
I
Ken
think that's a
Masters.
good take, by the way. I think Iron Fist will win.
Iron
Yeah,
Fist is broken as shit.
I have Ken Masters destroying both.
Cap.
Hey yo, Jack, you're gonna upload the other night's stream and this night's stream to your channel, right?
Do you want me to?
Yes, please.
I wasn't sure if you wanted me to, but yeah, I got you. I'll do it.
Every stream with me on it, you have my permission to upload.
It's just gonna take a while.
Unless I get slammed, then you don't have. Yeah,
yeah, of course. I doubt that'll happen though.
I don't think it'll happen either.
Okay.
All right, bro. Who's defending Karate Mid?
Karate Mid.
I don't think we're gonna get anyone in here that's extremely Karate Kid knowledgeable. To be real.
Do you know
Probably not. I'd probably have to do Iron Fist over Batman. Not gonna lie.
Cassandra. There's a lot of Cassandra.
Cassandra. There is a lot of Cassandra Cain fans. We could do like.
You could do that. That's easy.
Iron Fist over Cassandra.
Easily. But some people won't see that. They still think she's like Batman relative.
Yeah, let me try.
I don't know about Batman though. I don't really know how he's being Batman, to be real with you.
I think he probably beats Batman. I think Batman versus Cap is pretty close. And I think Iron Fist probably beats Cap.
I think Batman, once he starts using gear, just shits on Cap. I think they're like close relative though. Before that,
Well, so the thing is, I think Cap is probably physically stronger than Batman, but Batman has like the gear advantage. I think Cap's also probably better at hand to hand, but again, Batman has like, the gear advantage. Yeah, I think Marvel has better hand to hand scaling than DC does.
Okay, what about like Batman fighting like Nah, hold on. I don't even know his name, but like, did he fight like the embodiment of combat or something, or like someone that had like
Ares?
every thought? No, not Ares. I know about Ares. No, I'll drop it. I don't even have the scan for that or anything. But Herb was telling me some.
Yeah, I mean, Ares exists like the same way in Marvel, and a bunch of people scale to him.
Yeah, I remember that with like the Spider-Man Bat Family debate. I think that Batman feat is a little bit better than the Spider-Man
He's
thing, but I
referring
think
to.
you did a good counter
He's
though.
referring to the collective unconscious of humanity.
Yeah. That's
But
what I'm talking
Shang-Chi did like the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if you want to put him relative to like Shang-Chi from that's fine though. He's like best in Marvel.
This Graviite guy, he needs to get in fucking call, or we're gonna block him.
Karate Kid and Deathstroke over Captain America. I think Cap beats Captain. I mean, I think Deathstroke beats Captain America, but not Karate Kid. Karate Kid gets packed by Cap.
You think Deathstroke? Wait, beat who, but not who?
I think Deathstroke would beat Cap, but I don't think Karate Kid would.
Oh.
But I think like the Deathstroke fight's really close though.
The problem is, I think it's fine to have one opinion or another about Batman or Deathstroke beating Cap or people in Cap's tier, right? I think that's probably okay. I don't think Cap versus Iron Fist is particularly close.
It's not?
I don't think so. Unless there is an argument you can make where like Cap has Iron Fist AP. I don't know how honest that is. I don't think it's very honest. The argument is like Iron Fist, who was trying to kill Taskmaster, wasn't able to like KO Taskmaster with a punch, but Captain America with like a shield bash was able to like one-shot Taskmaster. But I feel like Captain America, one, he like used his shield, which obviously like, is stronger than his normal punches, and also he just had like leverage on Taskmaster. Taskmaster was like into the ground, and Cap just like slammed his shield down onto his chest, whereas like Taskmaster, when Iron Fist hit him, was just able to like sort of like just free fall, I guess.
All right, here we go. I made one.
I feel like Iron Fist would hit harder than Cap, but
I made one.
I feel like what about his like adaptability? How he gets over
you can't
like
see the full words, but whatever.
So Iron Fist has like infinite skill. Basically, there's like he says he has like infinite ways to kill men, and like his chi obviously like amps his skill as well.
Actually, Cassandra's a woman. My bad.
True. So yeah, like anyways, Iron Fist should have like an infinite amount of skill at his disposal. So I don't know how much like adaptability is going to help Batman out there, or Deathstroke.
Yeah. Whatchamacallit? Yeah, Shang-Chi and Iron Fist beat up the Bat Family, and this includes Cassandra, by the way. For those of you that
Captain
like
America,
Cassandra, she sucks.
Yeah. Captain America also, at least according to T'Challa, has like the ability to like instantly adapt to like almost any like environment in the middle of a fight. So
yeah, and like a mind controlled Iron Fist was like kind of like beating up T'Challa.
Yeah.
He had his chi imbalance too, so he was like really, really bad.
Yeah.
That picture of Shang and Danny has so much aura, bro. Deadly Hands of Kung Fu omnibus one. This shit's peak. Who's gonna come up, bro? Who thinks Batman or Cassandra or shitty ass Nightwing is more skilled?
Tyler, stop ducking. I'm inviting my friend.
Is that your friend's name? You're both named Tyler?
Yeah, I know, right?
That's really funny.
got it like all the time. All the time.
That's funny.
Yeah, I know. We've met
Is he the one you were? Is he the one you were discussing on Wolverine versus Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Oh, get him up here,
Anyway.
bro. We can talk about it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take his side.
Tyler, accept. Hold on. But bro, yeah,
I
we've been
got
like
Iron Fist
called. We've been
above
called like Tyler
Batman. Yeah,
one.
I have Iron Fist and Shang-Chi both above Batman, especially in skill. I think Wolverine's more skilled than Batman too, just because of Marvel skill scaling.
Yo, bro.
I am not prepped to talk, but I'll be an audience member. I'm
It's
trying
okay,
to
bro.
get someone else to come up here.
Yeah, no, you don't have to be like, dude. We get people on here that are like a tenth as knowledgeable as you. Don't stress.
Bro, that's so fire, though. I've been watching this for a minute now.
Yeah. I'm
That,
like
that Iron Fist picture is actually aura, though. That is so tough.
Yeah, the Iron Fist and Shang-Chi picture is like fucking cool as fuck, bro. I love that photo.
we don't know shit about Shang-Chi. I'll be real.
He's really, really strong. He has the rings right now too, and the rings are stated to rival the Infinity Gauntlet with all the stones.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he has
All right,
that
well,
shit.
obviously
in
he doesn't
base.
have rings then when we're talking about him, right? Like, for,
No,
like, street tier
I don't
fights?
think he's. I don't think current Shang-Chi is street tier. No.
Well, like whenever you're talking about him, then you're just using like no rings, right? For,
Yeah, like before
in
he
like
got
battles.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know he's like top one, like Earth hero in skill, right?
He should be
top
above
one
people
anyone
like
in Marvel,
Champion.
yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say he should be above even people like Champion who aren't from Earth.
Yeah. But yeah, we were talking about me and Tyler were talking about Wolverine and Spider-Man before
Yeah, I
this.
just want to know why you think Spider-Man wins. I just don't really see like a win con for like, unless you argue like he would just one shot him or something like that. Like I don't know.
He was saying that originally, but I showed like him taking hits from World War Hulk, and I'm like, he doesn't really have anything. And like,
Yeah,
he's not
World War
going to be
Hulk.
able to grab his neck mid combat.
The thing about that fight is World War Hulk needed to. Oh damn, Gypnos! He said he would debate you. He's probably gonna get Timmy's to judge though.
Tyler, by the way, if you're off
I
screen
have
for more than 5
I have
minutes,
no
it's going to
interest in
disconnect
debating
you.
Rano when I've just slammed him twice
Yeah, so
on two different topics.
I'm gonna call you Tyler too, okay? Because I don't know like
Yo,
what to
that's
call you
actually
guys.
perfect.
Oh my God,
That's perfect.
bro.
The amount of people
Okay.
that have done that, I'm always Tyler one. That's so funny. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
I just know you better, but
Yeah.
Tyler too, basically, right? What's important about the World War Hulk fight is that World War Hulk admitted that like even in that state of anger, he couldn't like really do anything to Wolverine. So he needed to like give him brain damage by rattling his brain to his skeleton. He literally said like he couldn't dent his adamantium like in the fight. So it's pretty crazy. That feat is actually better than most people think.
And I was saying that, like, yeah, Spider-Man does have, like, the power required to, like, snap his neck or something, like he states.
Yeah, he would heal from it, though. It would just knock him out.
Exactly. Although he does say that would grant him the win in that comic. But at the same time, like, that's not happening mid-battle. Like, that's not a win con.
Yeah, no.
And, like, if he did attempt that, he'd be stabbed, like, 5 times before.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And
I think
I was
Wolverine's
also
eating
saying
at
that he's
least one hit.
faster. I was saying that Spider-Man's
They're,
like more
relative.
agile and more like they're like relative. But would you say in like reaction time there's like a slight edge to Wolverine?
Reaction. I mean, Wolverine did react to his speedster. Spider-Man couldn't react to.
Well, didn't he react to Blur recently? Like he caught him with like a
Spider-Man?
web.
Yeah, not only does Spider-Man react to Blur, his webs were faster than Blur.
Yeah, his webs were
that's
faster than
fucking
Blur.
Crazy.
Right?
Eternity level webs. What the hell, boy?
I'm glad Tyler didn't bring that up to be real. But yeah,
I don't know. I didn't know
webs.
about that. Yeah, Wolverine could probably react to Blur. Not gonna lie. When did this happen?
This was like 2017.
Oh yeah. Because Spider-Man and Wolverine fought in the annual. And, like,
I don't think the annual is good
stats.
scaling for either of them.
No. I don't care about the fight at all. I'm just saying that they scale to each other in stats in that fight. Wait.
No, I don't think so. I think I've already gone over this. So when Spider-Man's not like focused, he loses like all of his stats, right?
Okay.
Who's this Gojo dude, bro?
What's the dude's name that was on earlier? Rano? Is that his name?
Yeah, Rano.
Yeah.
Bring him back. 5 minutes time.
He's so stupid, bro. Yeah, he's No, he left.
Man.
Wait, am I
He
wrong?
can take it.
It's a ratio?
Yeah, he did
Oh,
lose.
hell no. I'm blocking this motherfucker, bro.
What did he do?
I don't like Horatio, bro. He's weird.
Never talked to the dude. It's Horatio instantly blocked. It's funny. It
Yeah.
says there's. I'm confused. It says there's 8 viewers, but then when I click, it says there's 4. It's just
Yeah, I
Hakai
don't know.
watching, right?
We might have to put up the Thanos versus the villains again, bro. People aren't fucking with the
That's why.
street
Does
tier
that
shit.
does that bring more people? I feel like the Craven and Black Panther one would bring more.
Except
Yeah, I'll
Craven
put
versus
that.
Black Panther's only ever brought like 2 people, dude. It's like insane.
Damn.
Yeah.
If this was 2020, you would have got 40 instant viewers just defending him.
And it sucks because whenever you put up like Thanos over Justice League, no one ever wants to like debate that. Or like the people who do want to debate that are like people like Rano, who there's like
To
nothing
be honest,
ever productive that comes
what
out of
is
it.
what argument is there for even Judge Justice League? I feel like it's pretty like cut and dry. Like I don't think Superman is massively above Thor and Hulk, and they got shit on by Thanos. And like I think Thanos is at the level where like even with the Justice League, only like Superman's for real making a difference. Like they're all like just get stat gapped.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like I think like she wouldn't win by any shot, but I think Wonder Woman could like maybe do damage. Maybe could damage him.
I don't know. I don't even know about that because Wonder Woman's like Duraneg attack. Like Corvus Glaive has like the same thing, and Thanos just like blocked it. You know, so
yeah. And I don't think like Hal or Barry, like especially not Barry. Barry's not even gonna be able to hurt him.
Yeah. Like he won't be able to phase through Thanos. Thanos would just like take that. Like atom slicing, like what Wonder Woman has in her sword, Thanos would just block that. Like Superman has like any number of hacks. I think Thanos would tank like any of them. But I don't
even
think
he would block
Superman
that
would, like,
atom slicing. You don't think he can get cut in half?
I don't think Thanos get. Oh, wait, I don't think he'd get cut in half by what?
Like the sword?
No, I don't think so.
Damn.
Like the sword just like cuts through atoms, right? Like Thanos has just blocked stuff like that in the past.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, like I think it's kind of cut and dry. Like,
yeah.
That's why I like the street tier fights more because I feel like you can have someone who thinks like you get meet someone who thinks like Doc Ock over like Wolverine, and then you can have someone that thinks like Wolverine's the strongest street tier.
Yeah, we would have to do someone over Batman though, and most people like don't.
Facts. Well, no, you should just do you should do like the opposite. I feel like a lot of people debate for Batman. If you go to Cam's lives, it's basically just like everyone jumping the one person who doesn't think Batman wins.
Yeah, I know.
So you should do like the opposite of that.
Usually, when other people argue with someone, I'll always try to like take like the back seat so I'm not like jumping them. I guess I gotta go get dinner. I might rejoin the live later. I guess don't.
Sounds good.
Yeah. All right.
See you, Drip.
Peace, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think you could do like if you made like a Batman gauntlet, but just like opposed him on like almost every stage of the gauntlet. I think you get hella viewers because there's a lot of people that will die on the hill. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What has Karate Kid done in like the past 20 years?
Nothing. He's been non-existent.
I feel like he hasn't done anything since he kind of lost to Batman, and like Batman was like, he's good though. Like that's it. It's like
I don't know shit about Karate Kid. I say that
he basically just has like some like he has what everyone else has, like skill pressure point hacks, and he has nth metal that boosts his like stats, but it's not like crazy. It's like Hawkman level stats.
Damn. I just know him as the guy I look up on Google for. And you look up best DC fighters, and then he'll be number one from a post from like 10 years ago.
Yeah. Like some random guy on Quora will put him at number one.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, nah. He's a Nightwing victim, I think, in just skill.
Nah, I'd lose.
I'd lose. Phoenix versus Oblivion. I don't care.
Marvel beats DC in hands.
I feel like there's just so many more like stupid statements with Marvel. Like for example, I feel like they would say that Batman knows like every way to kill someone, and they would just say like Iron Fist has infinite ways to kill someone, like something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like those statements. Like it's literally impossible though. Like how could you know what I mean? Like it could just be like I think that's hyperbole. There's literally no way to have infinite ways to kill someone.
I think it's possible. Kenshiro has it.
Who?
Kenshiro from Fist of the North Star. Oh, I have it.
Yeah, but like, is that really true though, or is that also hyperbole? Like I feel like there's literally
It's not
there's only so
hyperbolic.
many things you can do though.
Lost all credibility. Crazy work, because I would fucking slam you on your neck into a table on the topic. I don't care what you think of my credibility. You would never contend me on it. So
I'll invite him.
Facts.
yeah, go ahead.
Come up, Scarf. I like the Batman PFP.
I'm rooting for Scarf.
NPC PFP, bro. Everybody had that Batman PFP in like 2022.
Damn. Scarf can't have anything.
Nah, bro. He insulted my credibility, so I have to
he's
insult
rejecting
his character.
he's rejecting the request. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
What's up, bro?
All right, why does that dark side? Okay, yeah.
No way. No way. He's like,
Yeah.
I accidentally didn't duck you.
Wise duck. Wise duck. Wise duck. Wise duck. Wise
Forgot to
duck.
duck you, bro. My bad.
Wise duck.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah.
Wise
rejecting
duck.
All right, viewer.
You can't just like
Hakai?
talk, you
I'm gonna
can't
just
like
invite
talk
Hakai.
shit and then like not do anything about it.
Y'all got me messed up doing that at 1 a.m.
You can
Where are you?
Nah, here's my question. He's complaining like y'all got me messed up doing this at 1 a.m. Why the hell are you even on here looking at this like at 1 a.m.? Go to fucking sleep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any contentions here.
Yeah.
No one cares about Karate Kid. Tyler, is there like a piece of like knowledge you're just like curious about, or like any fights? Because they're like a better like source of knowledge than me. So if you have any like questions, you just do it now. Tyler, brother, you hear me? Oh my god! All right, yeah.
Oh, there you go. I was saying, I had one like literally a second ago, but I forgot it. So if I think of it, I'll say it.
All right, bet.
It was something about what we were talking about earlier. Marvel.
What?
I can't remember.
Was it Black Panther and Wolverine?
Nah, it came from the Wolverine and Spider-Man fight though. I can't remember what it was. But
Was it like their stats, or was it like a different fight that like sprung off of that?
Both, low-key.
Was it Bane or Cap?
No, but
yeah, I think Jack thinks that Bane wins, but I kind of changed my opinion on that. I think Cap would win.
I don't know. I just heard Cap can almost be Batman or whatever, so I don't know what to think anymore.
Well, like yeah, but that was like you can argue that was outdated, and Batman got like more skilled faster than Cap did. So it doesn't really matter. But they also in that fight, like Batman kind of like affirms that he's better because he goes like, "I see a possibility of you winning." That just kind of to me that means like we're like relative, but like I think I got this. And then he like didn't even take out any gadgets. So I think like the whole time he kind of knew he was semi in control, like just skill wise.
I got you.
But that's my interpretation.
Baki
I know Jack.
Jack
thinks the. What do you say?
Baki or Captain America?
Captain America. Fuck Baki, bro. Baki scaling is so bad.
One Punch Man versus Cap. With Joshua. Ooh.
Okay. NBA.
All right, bro. Time to get the goons in here. All right, let's see it.
Over
Let's see it. Yeah, he was beating him up while his shoe was imbalanced.
And I'm just saying, I still got my prompts.
Yeah, whatchamacallit? Yeah, Bane beats the fuck out of Cap really
Why
bad.
though?
Because whenever Captain America fights people that are like relative skill or like relative skill to
Yeah, I
him,
already know
he
you're gonna say,
normally
right? He
does. He
relies on
normally
his
goes
strength.
relative. No, he normally goes relative. When he fights people bigger than him, he relies on skill. But people don't. People can't do that with Bane. Nightwing tries that with Bane all the time, and it doesn't work.
I think Cap has like better physicals than Nightwing though.
That's fine.
You don't think like if he's like punching on onslaught and he can keep up with Wolverine in
Bane took a
combat,
hit
like
from
he's not going to be
Kryptonite
able to.
Batman or
Didn't
Kryptonian
his
Batman.
fucking like stomach get exploded? Like
Yeah,
didn't
he
he like
healed from
almost
it.
die?
He healed from it.
Yeah, but that was the end of the fight though. Like that wasn't like
Yeah,
him
it's
like
fine. But
tanking
he
that.
healed from it. But he healed from it. Captain
Like
America
like
would not
when?
tank that because he's still
Yeah,
alive.
but
The fuck?
no,
How
but
is
I
he
know,
not?
but like
How do you think he didn't
I'm
heal from it?
saying, yeah, no, I'm saying he was done for the fight though. Like was he like
Yeah, it's fine. Cap
hospitalized
doesn't
or
hit that
did he? Yeah,
hard.
yeah, yeah.
He healed from it.
That's
He used
all.
Venom to
Yeah,
heal
but
from it.
neither of them would survive that though.
That's
Like
fine. Bane survived it.
no, but he didn't really survive it if that was the end of the fight though. Like he just lived. He didn't
So he
like tank
died?
it. You know what I mean? No, he
Yeah,
didn't die,
you
but
just
he
said
was
he
done
didn't
fighting.
survive. He lived. You just said he didn't survive. He
Okay,
lived. Are you serious?
not surviving is like not winning the like. Okay, the fight was over after that hit was given, right?
That's perfectly fine. I agree. He lost the fight. I'm saying he literally lived through it and survived it.
Yeah, but like after you live through it and survive it, if you have a hole in your chest that you like that makes you like not able to fight anymore, I don't think that's scalable.
But he healed from it.
Yeah, but he had a hole in his chest, and how long did it take to
Okay.
heal?
I don't know. Probably not that long
That's
because when he uses Venom, his healing gets boosted a lot.
but not like mid fight. It was over. So I'm saying like you would need like a
I'm saying it
different
didn't
feat
take
to
that
show his like
long.
durability. You think it could be done like within a
What?
fight?
Okay, what is Cap gonna do to him?
I think like enough shield strikes and like
He would
maneuvers would
literally
put
block
Bane
the
down.
shield. He would block the shield or catch it.
Block the shield. Yeah, but you can block a punch. That doesn't mean like okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. I still
So
think he wouldn't be
shield
able to
the
block
shield hitting
all of
him isn't
them.
gonna hurt him.
I don't think he'd be able to block all of them, like realistically.
Why not?
Uh, I just don't. You just see him being able to shut down like every single thing Cap would throw
I think he would
and not be
disarm
able
the
to get a
shield
hit
out of
on.
him. I think he would disarm him of the shield.
I can't see that being real. I just
Why
think he
not?
wouldn't let go because he knows like that's what he needs. Like that's his like. Does he lose his shield like constantly in combat?
No, I just think Bane would just rip it out of his hands.
I don't see him allowing that.
He doesn't have to allow it. It's gonna literally forcefully happen. He doesn't have to
Yeah, I know.
consent to
I'm
getting
just
his shield taken.
okay. All right, bad choice of words. Then I just don't see that happening. I think it's a
Why?
super close fight though.
Cap has literally
Because
no like stat feats that Bane hasn't replicated, like zero.
well, yeah, I agree. He's inferior like stat wise, at least like speed. You don't think Cap's like faster?
No.
Hmm.
Cap was getting
Hmm.
outsped by Daredevil. Bane was outspeeding Nightwing.
What do you think like the main difference is when Batman and Bane fight versus Cap and Bane?
Um, Batman sometimes uses gear and mostly just outskills him and just knows how to
Your
fight him.
argument is usually that he doesn't use gear against Bane. He
He
doesn't use
don't.
that.
Sometimes he does. Depends
Yeah,
on the fight.
but you agree like he doesn't need to like currently.
Yeah,
Like
no,
he doesn't. Yeah. So I'm saying like if Batman is just like straight up outscaling him, and you think Cap has like slightly better physicals than Cap and like relative. I mean, sorry, do
I
you think
don't think
Cap
Cap
has?
has better physicals than Batman at all.
Hmm. Okay. What about like AP?
Um, I don't think Cap's AP is higher than Batman's either.
Without like gadgets or anything? You just think
Yes.
like fist to
Yeah.
shield? Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like man, I'm a Batman glazer. I feel like
You
that's a
just
little
said
crazy
no
though.
gear. You just said no gear and then brought up the shield. What?
Well, I'm talking like well, I just meant Batman strikes like gear because like I'm using that equivalent because like Batman usually doesn't fight Bane with gear, and we're obviously doing Cap with shield versus Bane. So I'm saying like if Batman like just beats him with no gear usually and just like skill, and then I don't really see too much of a reason why Cap wouldn't. Plus, he has like the adaptation thing. So I think he would be losing the fight for like a lot of it, and he'd be like, "Damn, this is not working." And then he would like figure out a way to beat Bane.
Just think he would get beat up physically.
I think it's like. Do you agree it's like a close fight though?
Not really.
Damn. I don't know. I see Batman. Like I know. I know Bane's not like dumb or anything. Like he's got a good battle IQ, but I think like Cap would outthink it. Eventually, he would like use skill, in my opinion, to like get around the strength gap. And like I think enough shield strikes would be able to put him down.
I don't, because he would just heal from all of them.
Heal from all of them. Does he ever heal when Batman like? Is he ever shown like mid combat healing? I kind of got the impression it was like Spider-Man.
Healing
where,
from
like,
weaker hits than Batman, yeah. I don't think Cap hits as hard as Batman.
That's fine. I
Bane
always
was already
saw,
beating
like,
him in JLA Avengers. The only reason he lost is because he was monologuing and the shield came back and hit him. He literally was thrashing Cap in that fight, though. And Batman one-shot Taskmaster in that same comment. Best Live's dead. I might just go to Cord, not gonna lie.
It is. Do you want to restart? Maybe. I think you honestly might be glitched because like it says 7 viewers, but like there's only 2 in here that I can see.
Yeah, I can try restarting it. If it doesn't get a lot of people, I'm just gonna go on Cord though. Okay.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.